Yo, 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 yo. Peace, 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 peace.
Turn me up.
Shout out to everybody.
Yo, AB, you stacking up. But they mean I got stripes like Adidas. In the streets pulling stunts like a Neva. Full speed to that root of all evil. Good nigga, but the streets turned us evil. Hey, I got stripes like Adidas. In the streets pulling stunts like a Neva. Full speed to that root of all evil. Good nigga, but the streets turned us evil. Get the green, goes to sing, man, I got this. In the streets pulling stunts for that fortune. Scorch the beat when I spit, man, I tore shit. You don't wanna feel the pain that I record with. Yeah, we did it on our own, no endorsements. Shit get hard, we don't stop, we don't forfeit. But these streets made a nigga so heartless. Shit dark, but my light shine regardless. Yeah. And you can keep the nonsense. Survive for a living, rap something I have fun with. You can have the fame, I'm so way beyond it. Don't know who to trust, so I can't go unless the gun fit. Even then, you still better watch who you run with. They see you with potential, try to put you on dumb shit. Won't strike like a zebra, but regrets is what it come with. Lost blood, sweat, tears, and a whole bunch of dumb shit. But they mean I got stripes like Adidas. In the streets pulling stunts like a Neva. Full speed to that root of all evil. Good nigga, but the streets turned us evil. Hey, I got stripes like Adidas. In the streets pulling stunts like a Neva. Full speed to that root of all evil. Good nigga, but the streets turned us evil. Full of schemes like Madoff, stunts like Knievel. Married to the streets, no prenup, I can't leave her. Taking off, try to keep up and I speed up. Squad made of bosses, we ain't need no one to lead us. We tried that, but deeper in the slums where that led us. Don't let them see you hurt, you gotta keep your head up. Gotta keep my head up, yeah. Found knowledge on my own, cause ain't nobody show me better. I'm just thinking logically, that's knowledge over cheddar. Don't move by their rules, so they label me the devil. They hate to see my people with intelligence and cleverness. Don't feed me with your doctrine, don't play with my intelligence. Dropping knowledge on my people, won't deceive them like the priest. I'm a good nigga, but inside it's a beast. Trying to chase that root of evil, made a monster out of me. When you see me in the streets, they be the monster that you see. But they mean I got stripes like Adidas. In the streets pulling stunts like a Neva. Full speed to that root of all evil. Good nigga, but the streets turned us evil. Hey, I got stripes like Adidas. In the streets pulling stunts like a Neva. Full speed to that root of all evil. Good nigga, but the streets turned us evil.
He always cooking shit.
Out the mud is where I came from. Y'all show discreet, no they ain't chose me. Gotta keep it on me, yeah I know. I can't trust a soul. Cause people living here every day. And plus this world getting more crazy. And I've been praying to the man lately. On my knees, ask for better days.
I come out the mud, man, I can't trust a soul. Ain't no rules in this shit, watching for the low blow. Nigga, if you smart, you be scared of what you don't know. Fuck a nigga mean, I'm in that water, no robo. Pistol in my lap, extra clip in the console. Then it pack a punch, I just named that bitch Kimbo. I done lost enemies, homies and kinfolks. Screaming free Larry, I can't think about what he in for. Heart beating to the tempo, putting pain to the beat. Lost fucking with my mental, got me watching for the seat. Hit my nigga make a purchase, it ain't come with no receipts. But he did say, since I grabbed two, he make it three. I didn't live long enough to know ain't shit in life free. Only money on my mind, you should think like me. Trying to make it through the door, when I do I leave the key. Game supposed to be told, but these niggas playing
He always cooking shit.
Out the mud is where I came from. Y'all show discreet, no they ain't chose me. Gotta keep it on me, yeah I know. I can't trust a soul. Cause people living here every day. And plus this world getting more crazy. And I've been praying to the man lately. On my knees, ask ask for better
Straight out
days.
the brain, it's a storm on me. I done did my dirt, was born in it, but don't judge, homie. Tryna get up out it, tell me why I feel like death on me. Forgive me, Lord, it's with me, case they try to stay up on me. Never said I'm perfect, but it feel like I'm cursed. They take me out the game, but they hit me where it hurt. Instead of trying to get me paid, show me what you think I'm worth. Ain't nobody give me shit, I had to hustle or go work for it. Had some sticky fingers before I had shit. Feeling like I'm finna go, but then I'm back in. That count keep going up because they keep on acting. Now tell me why I feel like I'm going backwards. I'm sticking to this beat, yo, on my hi-hat. I'm talking to the lower asking why I'm down here. It feel like it's deja vu keep coming around here. They tell me that it's the choices that I made that I'm gon' drown in.
He always cooking shit.
Out the mud is where I came from. Y'all show the street, no, they ain't chose me. Gotta keep it on me, yeah, I know. I can't trust the soul, cause people living here every day. And plus this world's getting more crazy. And I've been praying to the man lately. On my knees, ask for better days.
What's your tribe? What's your gang? What's your tribe? What's your set? What's your gang? What's your tribe? What's your set? What's your gang?
Hey V, line
Say
up.
what's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? Pressure apply, little nigga. When we slide, little nigga. If you a $5 nigga, don't get tried, little nigga. What's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? Pressure apply, little nigga. When we slide, little nigga. If you a $5 nigga, don't get tried, little nigga. It's a sleeve down movement, we ain't jabbing shit. But if niggas want box, then we jabbing shit. Uncivilized, we be on some savage shit. And if you disrespect this shit, it could get tragic quick. Boy, we smoking on that wop, that's that Walter Platt. Edgar Hoover in the wood and we ain't coughing yet. If you a NA nigga, then you not a threat. If you a AA nigga, you get my respect. Aboriginal, all our ops pitiful. Colonize your mind, then they act like they got rid of you. Truth come to the light, they'll fuck around and finish you. Copper color Indian, the proof is individual. I said the proof is individual. SOE. Shit is getting critical. Better mask up, nigga, or be dinner fool. And it's still trap gang, you know that been a crew. A alpha male don't just provide, little nigga. He create governments and get supplied, little nigga. All that marching ain't gon' work. You ain't tired, little nigga. Quick to G, check that nigga like, what's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? Pressure apply, little nigga. When we slide, little nigga. If you a $5 nigga, don't get tried, little nigga. What's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? Pressure apply, little nigga. When we slide, little nigga. If you a $5 nigga, don't get tried, little nigga.
Never have no touch on them, come from where we come from. Copper ain't your nature, this ain't your land, this ain't your nation. They say we lost our language when we went through simulation. Y'all went through simulation, how the fuck y'all know the language? Just to marry, fuck these natives. Atlantis till we vanish. First on Turtle Island, still the first ones on this planet. They talk on the net, but if we met, they show they panties. When it come to action, bitch, we slide like Michael Jackson. Bullets playing tag, this ain't no Facebook post. They was damn bad before they came to the coast. Crackers turning jackers, all our friends became foes. 100 years later, back on top of you hoes.
Say, what's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? Pressure apply, little nigga. When we slide, little nigga. If you a $5 nigga, don't get tried, little nigga. What's your tribe, little nigga? What's your tribe, little nigga? Pressure apply, little nigga. When we slide, little nigga. If you a $5 nigga, don't get tried, little nigga.
Salute, salute, salute. Grand Rising, family. Grand Rising. Hopefully everybody is doing fantastic. Drop those fire emojis in the chat if you guys can hear me. loud and clear. I want to make sure that my audio is up to par on you guys. In Grand Rising, happy Grand Rising. Okay. Happy awakening. Happy awakening to the real ones in the building. Shout out to my brother Drake Cobb. Shout out to Roger W. We got Bronze Flat Power in here. Who else we got in here? Las Vegas Art New. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you as well. I do want to say tap in with the family, man. Lock in with everybody. How y'all feeling out there this Grand Rising today? How y'all feeling today? Y'all let me know how y'all feeling this evening. What we doing? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Naturally Aboriginal, what's going on with you? How you doing? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I'm sending my notifications out right now. Make sure y'all take the time out to share the live stream as well on you guys' end. I do want you guys to share this on you guys' end as well. You know what I mean? We want y'all to be able to get that shit out. We're going to be breaking down we're just going to be getting into some history conversations today. I think it's valid. I think it's very valid. So shout out to everybody that is in the building. Somebody said I'm blowing on this person. This is the Wake and Bake show too, by the way. What y'all smoking on? So, man, we're going to be breaking down some Aboriginal American history pertaining to the Aboriginal peoples here. We're going to get into some of the characteristics of these people here. And we're also going to break down this Black European myth. Now, this is a conversation I've been hearing for some time now, and I've been intrigued by the overall conversation. But I haven't seen any relativity proof. And a lot of people in the Aboriginal American Indian community is pushing the Black European paradigm. And they're doing it by the means of genealogy. Yeah, we're standing on genealogy. By the way, I've taught genealogy for over 7 years on YouTube on this particular channel. If you don't know, just go to my YouTube channel, check out some of my lives, hit oldest videos, and those live streams are right there. We actually did live genealogical processes to help people that wanted to be participants to help find some of their family origins. And then, of course, it will go through a farther step behind the scenes to get into more detailed research about their family lineage. So we did a gang of these shows. So I stand on genealogy as well. I say that to say this. I stand on genealogy as well. But when someone says that I have Black European ancestry based off of genealogy, but your genealogical data doesn't say that they're Black, then we have an issue. That means you're not fully standing on what we said is genealogy. You're going with a said narrative and attaching it to genealogy, which is fine. But a lot of these guys use just the genealogy as a cop-out to not have a conversation. I'm willing to have a discussion, maybe even a dialogue, and possibly even a debate about someone's genealogical records that's claiming to be Black European, because I've seen a lot of people claim it, and every time I've asked them to show the records, right before they about to show who are these people, what are they classified as, they do a bunch of history explaining, going into the Huguenots and going into Swarthy and going into Jacobites and going into mulattoes and it become a confused conversation when and if you're standing on genealogy, you should be able to point to what they are calling these people. And if you're standing on the fact that they're called Black Europeans, I feel like you should be able to provide that data. But there is no data of any of these people being Black Europeans and a lot of these people's ancestry. They may have European in their ancestry. It's just not Black. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Or what we will perceive as Black European. So I've seen so many people with that narrative, and I'll always give everyone the reason of a doubt. And I've always give them the full opportunity for them to explain their genealogy and their claims. All right. And so when we get into these narratives and people are questioning one set but not questioning another set, that shows me that there's an in-group biasness going on. And I'm here to break through the mental walls that people have put up with these in-group biasness. So all I'm asking for is proper data that can be supported with your genealogical research and the claims that people have Black European ancestry. So since we're here for a dialogue, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Okay? I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and I want this to be, part of the conversation. I want to be able to have these conversations. And when I was getting into my bag yesterday trying to ask the question, a lot of people was deterring the actual premise. Well, I don't know, I wasn't here, but there were Black Jacobites. Yeah, that is true, but that's stirring from the context of the conversation about one's particular genealogy. And just because there are maybe quote unquote Black Jacobites on record, there are more white Jacobites on record than there is Black. See, this is the stuff that they're not trying to tell you. But then they'll say, well, my family come from the Jacobite line. This is why I'm Black European, because the Jacobites were Black. Leaving a half-truth inside of your brain, failing to convey to the family that there's also alarming amounts of white Jacobites. And so if you're solely tying your genealogy, time for me to cook. If you're solely tying your genealogy off of the fact that you believe that the Jacobites are Black, and by that makes your ancestors Black, that's a false premise to your understanding. That's a faulty premise. It's not a solid foundation. It's going off of an assumption that can be split between white and Black. And when we get into the majority of Jacobites, they're all recognized as Black, white people. I could pull up tons and tons of them. The people that even came up with the ideology Jacobite came from pale-skinned people. You don't find any Black people writing records calling themselves Jacobites during the time of the Jacobites. Do y'all understand this? Florida boy, no, that's not what I'm saying. Absolutely, that's not what I'm saying. I teach that there were Black people in Europe. I'm just saying they're not originally from Europe. And then, but the context of this conversation, Florida boy, and you're more than welcome to come hit the link, and maybe, because I know you pushed the Black European conversation, so let's get into a dialogue about it. I'm going to drop the link once again in the chat. Let's drop it once again for the family. Okay, no, but what I'm saying is based off of people's own claims that they have Black Black Europeans in their genealogy. When we ask for the proof, it's a bunch of explaining before we actually see the proof. Because 9 times out of 10, when I've seen everybody's record that claim to be Black Europeans, the record just says European, that doesn't say Black. And so they're making an assumption based off of an historical narrative that these people are black, based off a historical narrative that one believes, but they're denying the fact that there are white people that go up under the same historical narrative, but they leaving it out. And I believe that withholding information deliberately is the same thing as a lie to me. Withholding information deliberately is the same thing as a lie. Okay. So I'm not saying that is not the case for some people. I'm just saying I failed to see it from anyone in this Aboriginal American Indian community to provide a source that says that. Like if I say that all my people are American, I will be able to provide a source that all my people are American. I will be able to go into a definition of what an American means. I will go into the defined characteristics of what an American is described in its earliest sense. You see what I'm saying? Adrian Baker, go hit the link. See, y'all gonna do a lot of keyboard chat thinking y'all doing something and making sense, but I want y'all to come have a dialogue. Let's speak like men. Let's have a discussion. I'm not open to learn. And I know about Black Brits. I know about the Black Britons. I know about the Grimaldi man. I know about Cheddar man. I can go into every history of Black European presence that you could even name, family. What I'm saying is they're not originally from there. And when I get into even more questions, you guys are not going to be able to provide me. So let's get into the dialogue. You guys are the new booties around here. Y'all not, I mean, maybe you guys can teach me something new. I'm not opposed to learning something new, but what you just texted in the chat was preaching to the choir, brother. We already heard this. You understand what I'm saying? So I notice when we have these dialogues and we're having these conversations about myth busting or breaking down and critically analyzing history, people get weary. You know what I'm saying? And people do not want to have these one-on-one realistic conversations based off of the historical narrative that one believes, because you could be seen to be proven wrong. You could be put on the spot to be incorrect. And sometimes humiliation doesn't sit well with people. But humiliation in the form of information is a perfect sign of growth. Okay. Wasn't discussion with Cosma when he pulled up the record not enough about? No, it wasn't, Chief Jitterbug, because the discussion was not that some Jacobites were considered Black. Their context of the conversation is that all Jacobites are Black, and that solely information is how one is tying themselves to having Black European ancestry, because the perspective that all Jacobites is Black. So my family lineage come from the Jacobites, therefore making my ancestors the Black Europeans. But in reality, there's more on record white Jacobites than it is Black. Now the narrative becomes muddier. Now this soul tie that you're leaning on Black European is not such a strong tie at all. You understand what I'm saying? Jitterbug? I thought it was your turn. What you mean you thought it was my turn? I'm confused. That's why I don't like reading text in the chat. Was the discussion with Cosma when he pulled up the record not enough? No, it's not enough. Because we're talking about one particular person's genealogy on code. We were talking about, in this case, shout out to the sister Dulcinea, we were talking about her genealogy. And she has a European ancestry that she says is a Black European because she believes that it comes from the Jacobite lineage, or that she has proof that it comes from the Jacobite lineage. That doesn't make them Black Europeans because they come from Jacobites, is my point. Yeah, we looking super crazy on the likes, Juan Torres, because it's a lot of people in here listening that don't like the conversation and what Bap is saying. And they don't really like Aboriginals or, you know, the American Indian Aboriginal movement that has been the forefront to all American Indian movement. But they just don't like it. So they're not going to hit the like button. It's fine. It's fine. The real niggas that come through later on and hit the like. We'll get our likes up later. The real niggas gonna come through and hit the like later. Don't even trip. Don't even trip on that. Somebody said we looking crazy, but yeah, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jitterbug. Are we clear on what you're saying? Because you saying I thought it was your turn. Can you explain what you mean when you said you thought it was my turn? I don't want to take anything out of context and cuss nobody out. Let's get into the dialogue. I want to have these conversations. I know Florida Boy was pushing it. I know he asked the question, but then he left. No one ever said they were all black, though. They were originally black. I can't speak for the white ones that came in later. Well, what I'm saying is, Jitterbug, when you speak of black European Jacobites at its earliest time, when the earliest time that you find Jacobites, they're being talked about by white people. There's white people claiming to be Jacobites from the first time Jacobites was used. So you can't say that they were originally black when originally there were already white people claiming it to be at the same time. Do you see what I'm saying? And Jitterbug, you don't gotta say that they were all black to allude to the fact that you was alluding to that they were all black. Like if I say that man, the Indians are black, the Indians are black people, that's alluding to the fact that they're only black people and nothing else. That means when you see like a little Native American or $5 Indian, you're not talking about them when you say that. So what I'm saying is it gives the illusion that you're simply conveying only black people. Even though you don't say the word only, it conveys that way. It alludes to the fact of. You understand what I'm saying? And I want it to be factual about the conversation because off of that particular perspective or slight alluding to, it gives the one person that's listening, that's why they think that they're black. So if you're only tying your black European lineage to a possible fact that the Jacobites are black, then you don't have any strong factual data to prove that you're black European. Unless you have direct data saying, look, these are black Europeans, these are black Jacobites in your family. Now, I'm not open to be educated and be corrected. So don't feel like I can be, because I'm not the guy that's going to turn down some factual information. Somebody pop up to me and be like, look, here go my family genealogy. They're European, and look, they got them on her record as black when they first came over here. They're black European. I don't see that. So I can't accept it and say that, oh, people run, oh, they got black European and I'm standing on my genealogy, but the genealogy doesn't say that. See, now we're adding things on to things. And so I'm just being factual with the data. That's all. I'm just being factual with the data. It wouldn't change my mind whether or not it wouldn't change my perspective on history, whether or not I think that these people got it or not. I'm just saying it's about proving the shit. And if your whole thing is we're standing on genealogy as the example of proving your lineage, then it should be proven within a genealogical method, is what I'm saying. No external perspective should be attached or added to it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, family? I'm trying to get y'all to critically analyze this history. Oh, Bap, are you saying that there's no black Europeans? Absolutely not. Go watch my bills. I've talked about these black people that migrated to those areas for several years now. I've talked about who exactly these people was that migrated over there. I told y'all, I broke down live streams of what they called them as generation and eras change. So I have no problem. People always ask me, Bap, can you show me this? Bap, I always be willing to prove to you and show y'all where I get my data from. But when someone is not willing to, have these dialogues, I'm not saying that nobody's not willing to have these dialogues, because I feel like everybody is setting pro sale to have these. But I haven't seen the proof yet. But yet I'm still hearing people stand the fact that they're standing on their fact that they have black European genealogy with no actual data to support it. Besides the perspective that maybe the Jacobites are all black, or majority of them black, or that they black, leaving just the empty empress that they're black. All right, but that's not factual. That's not also a factual statement. So we're just trying to be factual. I'm just being factual, bro. And I like when motherfuckers come critique me because I got the facts. I got what I say, what I claim. Now, if it's incorrect based off, then you challenge the data that I'm showing you and the reference sources that I'm providing. But in this case, we're talking about somebody's genealogy. So that it's only a handful of people that can provide that actual source being connected to the particular lineage of the genealogy that's being conveyed or talked about. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Or are y'all lost? If y'all confused on what I'm saying, I would love to hit the link. You're right, Milestone. You're right. Shout out to Milestone. Shout out to Raging Bird. We got my brother Jaguar. April Dawn is in the building. All right, we lit up in here. I just need everybody to share the live stream, though. I just need everybody to share the live stream one tizon. You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all to share it one tizon. You figured me? I just need y'all to share that motherfucker one tizon. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. When it comes to research, it just got to be proven, man. And if it's just based off of an assumption, then we got to deal with that. We can't be standing on that as if that's the actual facts, and it can't be refuted, because a lot of people push, I'm standing on my genealogy, and so y'all want to debate my genealogy. Yeah, it can be debated if it's questionable. You see what I'm saying? And that's just with anything. If it's if it's spoken publicly, it's open for public scrutiny. And if it's not solid, founded with no factual data, then it's going to be critiqued. It's going to be challenged. It's going to force y'all to have to make a stand on a factual claim of data, unless we're just going to go off of belief, and then it becomes almost like a religious conversation, because I'm not going to challenge and argue against one's belief. I'm only arguing factual claims and data that people are going to be willing to stand on and provide proof for. I'm just keeping it a stack, fam. This Black European story is crazy, because I remember when it first came about, they were saying that all the Black Indians, like us, all the Black people that claim to be American Indians or Aboriginals, are actually not fully Aboriginals. They're mixed. they're mixed with European and they're mixed with Native American ancestry, Black European ancestry, and Native American history. And that's how you get the Black Indians. That's the bullshit narrative. Because long before Asian Native American and long before Black European ever even walked around in America, there were nations of Negro people here thriving with government, religion, taxation, and a well-mannered society. This is not even an argument. This is archaeological data. Science don't even argue that. You see what I'm saying? So they be pushing these fake false narratives, and a lot of the people that look up to these people run with them, adding their own extensions to it. You know what I mean? Because maybe they found some white European in their ancestry. Now, since this narrative is being pushed, they switched the white European in their ancestry to becoming Black Europeans in their ancestry based off of a historical narrative. Y'all catch my drift? Hey, man, y'all hit that like button if y'all want to support the channel. Moderators, put that Cash App information in the chat. Only if the family want to support. You're not obligated, but we do appreciate it. Shout out to the real. Well, y'all busters be mad when y'all support, too. They be mad. Raisin Bird with me. You understand what I'm saying, Raisin Bird? At least one person understand what I'm saying. Jeremy Royster, what's the word? One of my favorite moderators in the chat. Shout out to Big Broski. But yeah, man, another thing is a lot of people denying their aboriginality. That's a word that I made up too, by the way, and it's going to be put in the dictionary. We putting that mother in the dictionary, okay? People be denying their aboriginality and who they are. You can't claim to be an Indian without claiming to be, once you claim Indian, you're claiming to be the Aboriginal. Unless you're another type of Indian that's not the first. So that's what I said. Like, I'm not allowing people to go against the Aboriginal paradigm, which gave credence to the American Indian movement. I'm stomping on anybody who's saying that they're Indian and not Aboriginal. I'm stomping on it, and I'm going to force you guys to stand on it. Because you should be upholding your pride of copper color skin tone as an American, which means that you're an Aboriginal. That means you got to uphold your Aboriginality. You have an Aboriginality that's inside of your body that's pretty much your spirit. The word of the day is Aboriginality. You understand what I'm saying? That's that spirit that you have inside of you, my nigga. That's that resilience. That's that shit that make people want to just be around you. That's your aboriginality. You got to be unapologetically Aboriginal. Not sometimey, not really standing on it because you don't like big Aboriginal power. And he one of the first niggas that been dropping this shit. So it can't be those reasons you want to go against it because it's already in you. Once you claim one, you claim the first. And once you claim the first, that's Aboriginal. And guess what? Even if you didn't want to claim Aboriginal, right? Even if you didn't want to claim Aboriginal, right? Say you try to get around that, say, I'm American Indian. I'm just American Indian. The term American means Aboriginal people. You see how you still going to your Aboriginality? So even before you even get to Indian, you got to state your Aboriginality first. So it's no running away from it. There's no running away from your Aboriginality, family. It's in there. When you look up the definition of America, it's going to say the copper-colored people, the Aboriginal peoples. See, once you say Aboriginal peoples, you're locked in, family. You barbecue, so you can't even get away from Aboriginal. See, you be like, I'm American Indian. That means you are Aboriginal Indian then. You see? You see what I'm saying? You can't even get, oh, I'm American Indian. That means you Aboriginal then, bro. Unless you're a native Indian. a West Indian, a East Indian, but as long as you say American Indian, you're Aboriginal. See, you can't get around it. I'm willing to debate anybody and their grandmama about this. I'm willing to debate anybody and their grandmama. It can't be debunked. I tell y'all time and time again, I don't make a claim that can be debunked. You just going to argue against it. You're not going to get in the ring and debate it. Y'all going to jump on everybody else's platform and try to discredit the Aboriginal history. That's why I try to tell y'all, American Indian, Aboriginal is the same. Y'all just don't like being called Aboriginal. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me play this. Hold on. Let me play this because even some of the all the OGs know this. Hold on. Let me play this. Hold on. Let me play this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I got. Hold on. I'm trying to find this clip. I'm trying to find this clip. Hold on. Hold on. Damn, I can't even find the shit that I was looking for. This shit done pissed me off. But listen, man, everybody know this. I was going to play this song for one of your favorite YouTubers. And listen, all your favorite YouTubers already know we the Aboriginals of this land. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all from the giddy up, from the start. Do y'all not understand that? Hold on, let me play this. Hold on. I want to see the YouTube channel. They be taking so much stuff off the internet. They be taking so much shit off the internet, bro. It's that new policies. Let's see what we can find here. 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 Hold on, I want to play this clip right quick. Let me just show y'all this. I'm about to play. I'm about to let y'all listen. I'm about to let y'all hear. Let me just show y'all that even the all the OGs around here know we the Aboriginals. They never really was claiming that Indian shit. So y'all all heard this song right here, right? Dane Calloway. It's over 6 years ago, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to play the full video. I'm just going to play the little clip. Listen to this. Everybody knows this.
Gon' like the Levin, I'm a copper-colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginals. Warrior be that believe for colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginals. Warrior the Levin, I'm a copper-colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginal.
So even Dane knows this. Don't argue with me. Go argue with Dane. Dane been tell you we the copper-colored Aboriginals. Why y'all mad at the term? This been going along. We've been pushing the Aboriginal movement along with the Indian movement. It ties in together because they call the Aboriginals these terms. So you got to understand, bro. Let me run it back just a little bit so y'all can hear it.
I ain't gotta come up with a stage name, just say entertainment for the
Hey,
slow and
no, he
brainless. I ain't
true.
gotta come up with some lies about who and why to be rich and black and famous. I'ma tell the truth and nothing but it, even if it's out of my constructive budget. Sinners mad that I'm winning bad, get a bit of bad, you gon' like the Levin. I'm a copper-colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginals.
Come on, man, he cooking. Shout out to motherfucker Dane. That's always been a classic to me. A copper-colored individual, a descendant of the Aboriginals. Facts. Talk. But it's these new Indians who only been around 2, maybe 3 years, who ain't really seen us building, who ain't paid attention to the older live streams and the messages that we put together. We've been telling these brothers and sisters that we are the Aboriginal people here. It's one and the same. So people pushing this division that I'm American Indian, I'm not Aboriginal, y'all bogus as fuck, and I'm stomping on y'all. Y'all bogus as hell, and I'm stomping on y'all. I got to. Because it's the underlining marker, or somebody either sent y'all over here to cause division amongst us. Either you just hate the movement, or somebody sent you over here that hated the movement. One of the two, and I'm not allowing it to happen to cause division amongst our people that me, Dane, and other brothers done worked so hard for around this motherfucker. No, Indian don't mean the same thing, but it's applied to the same people, though. Aboriginal peoples of America was classified as Indians. The term American is describing American Aboriginals. So when you say American Indian, it is saying the same thing. Not just saying Indian. Of course, you got East Indians, you got West Indians. You see what I'm saying? Of course, that. At the end of the day, which one came first? As far as use of America, Florida boy, are you talking about which one was first used as far as our people in America, or which one was the first use in general? Because I'm talking about my people in America, bro. I'm not from nowhere else. So I will answer the question, but I need some more context to what you're saying. Which came first, as in far as the uses of in America? Somebody said that's why they on your top, fam. It wasn't called West India. It was called the West Negroes. Use a goddamn lie, Free Papoose. You couldn't show a goddamn source that says that. You a lie. You couldn't come up here and drop a source in the back if you wanted to. But that term is used all over the world. Man, answer my question. Y'all be wanting me to ask y'all questions, but y'all don't be wanting to give no context to what y'all talking about. Y'all tripping. Everybody know Aboriginal means first. That nigga said, man, you niggas be slow as hell in the chat. Hey, man, time out all slow niggas who ain't hitting the link, dropping no sources. They just talking in the chat. I ain't listening to no keyboard bitches. I told y'all that last night. If you a keyboard bitch and you just arguing just to be arguing, ain't trying to drop no facts and you just arguing, you getting timed out. I'm not allowing keyboard bitches to be in my chat game. Yeah, I don't be arguing these semantics neither, Copper, Miss Parker. I'm just giving to the facts, bro. They be wanting to play these little semantics games. But it is a semantics game when we're dealing with classifications, though. So, I mean, if y'all don't understand what misclassification, classifications, labeling is, that's a semantic understanding. So, if you're not willing to look at the understanding, then you're going to be complacent with whatever they give you. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So, Florida boy, you gonna give me some context to what you were saying? Which one came first as far as the use in America or the use in general? I need you to answer that for me, brother. I need you to answer that for me, brother. Obviously, if they were misclassifying us, they weren't talking to us. Well, that may be true as well. Obviously, they ain't gonna just tell you. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Some people just want division. That's why I don't see how somebody can open up their lips and say I'm American Indian and not Aboriginal. Are you insane? Like, do you even do any research? Like a little? Do you even do a little bit of research? Because even if you go to the etymology of Indian and when it was used, who it was used on throughout history, and when as soon as you get to America, you can't help but just understand the shit. Like if you did a little bit of research, just a little bit, you will understand, bro. You will definitely understand. You will understand. You will understand that we the copper color Aboriginals. You understand what I'm saying, Dane? What you say?
I'm a copper-colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginals.
It's simple. It's not even that hard to understand it. Everybody know this. When I used to be building with Dane all the time, that was one of the conversations and bills that we used to, everybody know this. So I'm just trying to figure out, I've seen it in the chat actually a couple of times. I just don't know exactly who it was that was. You see what I'm saying? So I just think we got to understand that, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm here to push the facts. I'm standing on truth. And if it ain't truth, correct me when I'm wrong. Let's have the dialogue. I'm the most peaceablest person to have a dialogue with around here. Promise. And I'm quite understanding. when somebody's providing adequate sources for me. Hey, who was it that said that, Dulcie? You say you heard one person say it? I heard a couple. I can't say I heard a couple people say it. I actually seen some people type it in the chat, but I just can't remember. I would have to go through my live. That's why I keep my live chats on, so you can go back through the live chats and check out and who be saying shit in the chat. I like to keep my live chat replay on. I set that up on my shit when I go live. Some people don't have that. But I'm excited to see this Black European bill. Oh yeah, we kind of on the American Aboriginal history now, Dulcie. We kind of already broke down this Black European shit for the most part. I'm gonna get into more details. Me and Smoke got a Bap and Smoke show. We're gonna be breaking down more, but I kind of already got into that within the first 45 minutes. So now we're on the Aboriginal conversation. We just really got to that probably right before you came in. But yeah, man, just like everybody knows this. So the whole, we're not Aboriginal, I'm not that. I say if you claim American Indian, you gotta claim motherfucking Aboriginal, because that's who they are. Unless you another type of Indian. You see what I'm saying? And then that's a topic. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation that I approach totally different. So, you know, that's like when folks come to me saying I'm East Indian. I'm gonna approach that totally different. We're gonna break down your whole culture and show that there's no connections, there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through the variants. I'm critically analyzing history. So I'm gonna drop the link for anybody want to come on again. I'm gonna drop the link for the 16th time. A lot of these trolls be in the chat, not gonna hit the link neither. Y'all trolls need to stop trolling. It's bad for your health. And we got 93 people in here. We only got 64 likes. Y'all bogus as hell. Oh, hell no. Nah. Let me just think about if I'm gonna continue this live. I could be talking about some hip hop shit and go do, you know what I'm saying? Do what I do. You understand me? Matter of fact, let me just sit back for a second. Let me play a little jammy jam. Let me play a little jammy jam. Let me play a little jammy jam and see if y'all get these likes up. That's going to determine whether I want to continue.
It's Holly. Baby, what's up, nigga? You asked me for a half one. I ain't have to measure it. What the fuck going on? Look, yeah. He asked me for a half one, I ain't have to measure it. Bagged it up and threw it on the scale just for the etiquette. Code is what we live by, never put myself above this shit. My plan was always ownership. Came from selling grams and now the flow, it got me selling ships. I got my rook on this bishop, I rub my fingers together like Salt Bay in the kitchen. Gas stove got it clicking, got them salty and bitching. When I spin through they block, we talking for demolition. That's a ghost apparition, no they hating, but these niggas gotta love my ambition. I really came from the trenches, he got his gun with him. Really ain't no love with him. Rather be alone inside these streets to put my trust in them. Slide into the law, get them. I do what it takes, I put my all in it. Organize my team like it's the parliament. Really came from nothing, we was starving it. Put all of my dreams on top of the scale and we've been carving it. Life I had to bargain it, for real. He asked me for a half one, I ain't have to measure it.
I bet you won't hit that link talking about this pseudo information. Bet you won't come have a man-to-man conversation so we can have a dialogue and see if it's pseudo or not.
He asked me for a half one, I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one, I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one, I ain't had to measure it. Shoo! Baya. whatever it takes. I made them feel the habanero over my dinero. They rockin' ice grills, that's suicide apparel. Now you decide your peril, I supersize the barrel. I'm shooting wide and narrow. When you survive the arrow, I told my youngin' better clap the chrome and do it. I do it with them or I chaperone them to it. And I ain't talking prime night with the bomb fight. We call each other's mother's mom tightest with the bond light. So please don't talk down to me. I had your picture in the heart round the T. We split the sticks, but we ain't walk round a tree. I bust a Huey, then I walk down your V. I'm with the robberies, I pop out charms. Instead of glass, now I grab the gas, crop out farms. Fall baby, and I'm all Navy, Glock out storms. Call shady, then it's dog baby, swap out arms. I'm on the track, then I'm out of mind geeking. In beast mode like a child of mine bleeding. But on guard like in Columbine teaching. Just watch the time in them Sotheby's meetings. He asked me for a half one, I ain't have to measure it. I ain't had to measure it. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a
shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button. Up the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. When we got Kwame. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yeah, what's up, King?
What's going on with it?
Ain't nothing. I just seen your live pop up on my live feed. And I was just wondering, like, when you guys gonna give up this pseudo information, man?
What do you mean?
Like, we got no evidence to prove that that we are Indians or stuff like that. So I'm wondering, like, when.
No, you have no evidence of proof that you're African. But when we get into this Indian conversation, we're saying we're Aboriginal. So when we say Aboriginal, we're meaning first peoples here. There's overwhelming documents that there was Negroes, aka black people that would be considered black people today, found here prior to any known slave trade, no Africans, none of that.
Okay, can we see the Aboriginal culture today?
Yeah, absolutely. Aboriginal culture is throughout all American culture. Most of the things that's highlighted, even though throughout the time of evolution, shit has advanced and changed, but the shit that we do today is damn near go back all the way back to Aboriginal American culture. So when we say Aboriginal, we're talking about Aboriginal American culture, by the way, because you are Aboriginal as well if you consider yourself from being a descendant of those people in Africa. Those will be the Aboriginal people of that continent. But what I'm saying is black people don't practice any African culture.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we pour libation, where'd that come from?
Libation come from indigenous peoples. They did it in memory of ceremony, spiritual gatherings, and also to honor the dead.
What Indian tribe did that?
The Incas did that. The Mayans did that. The Adena, the Mississippian cultures did that. This is known facts, bro.
From my extensive research, that's strictly an African tradition.
No. As a matter of fact, there's another form of that. It's not called libation, by the way, but the same form has been practiced in Asia. It's practiced in Australia today as well. No connection or independently created without no African source. So like that's bull, like that's old talking points. Like I've heard Rob Bourne talk about that years ago, and when I asked him about that, he kind of strayed away from like those are old talking points.
I mean, you could say that, but that's a direct connection to Africa. Even
it's not. Well, it's not. It's a direct. It's not because when other people do it though, and you got people doing it probably before Africans even existed. Then you can't say that these people got it from Africa because there's no African culture besides that. There's no African archaeology that proves it. There's no African literature. There's no murals. There's no codexes. There's no steles. There's no languages. There's nothing.
Let me ask you.
All of a sudden, they took libation. Come on, bro. Let's kindergarten.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Where we get?
So let me ask you a question. From? You asked me a couple questions. Let me ask you a couple.
I just asked you one question.
Oh, well, go ahead, gang. Go ahead, gang.
So what about gumbo?
Gumbo come from America as well. Field gumbo.
Is gumbo a Aboriginal word?
It's an Aboriginal term, bro. You
I
want me
could
to pull
show
it
you.
up? Do you want
I
to see
could.
the source or something, bro? What are you talking about?
I could show you that gumbo comes straight out of West and Central Africa, and it's a
Okay, but
and
look,
the term gumbo means okra. So we
no,
know it. We know it's an
that ain't what
African
it
word.
that ain't what it mean here though. And I'm gonna prove that what you talking about gumbo ain't the gumbo that we eat here. And I'm gonna prove that to you. Hold on, we're gonna go to the American Indian Encyclopedia, right? So I'm gonna go to this American Indian Encyclopedia, and I'm gonna give you my source references right after this, right? Okay. So when we go to field gumbo, this is pre-contact. This is all throughout America, North America, Southeast cultures. Field gumbo is a dish flavored with thickening dry ground leaves with the saffron trees. It is called fail. In the Choctaw language, it is lived up what is now the Mississippi and the Alabama introduced field gumbo to the southern settlers. See, these were Aboriginal, Mississippian, Adena cultures that created this. And now you guys are trying to famously give it to Africa. This is the Aboriginal dish that's ate by Aboriginal people. Where you go? Hit the link, bro. Come back up. All right, he back up here. Here we go. I didn't know he backed off. Good.
Yeah, pardon me.
No, you good, Dan. You good.
I also put a source in the back so we could cross-examine the source and see which one is correct.
Okay. Okay. Before we move to yours, let me make sure I properly quote my sources for you, okay? I believe that goes. So you can go to Raymond Sokolow, Why Eat What We Eat, and how encounters between with the new worlds change the old change of the way everyone eat plants. You can go to Jack Weatherford's book, Indian Givers, How the American Indians Transformed the New World. And these are the course references for the gumbo, brother. So I'm gonna move to your source as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
No problem.
So yeah, we could compare and and see which one trumped the other.
Yeah, I
Because I
got you.
know for a fact that the word gumbo is a West African word come out of the Niger Congo languages and it means okra. And yeah, BBC did a whole
Yeah, but the indigenous
article on it.
Adena people got the word gumbo, but it doesn't mean okra though. We just broke down what the word mean amongst the indigenous people. So, but we know that when people make gumbo here, they don't necessarily use okra. So we know it's not a connection
But
to
you see,
Africa again. But
you
go
see
ahead.
what it says?
I'm gonna let you eat on your source though. I got your
Yeah,
source pulled up, man.
the
Let me
the
body
origin
him on this one,
the
bro. Let me
origin of
body him on this
Louisiana
one.
gumbo can be traced to West Africa during the time when enslaved Africans was brought okra or you see the word right there gumbo as it is known in several regions in West Africa.
Right, and this is and who's credited for writing this article that you just said? This is a BBC article. Who's the guy that came up with this information? Who's the credited researcher or the author?
You can see it at the bottom. You can see
Okay, I'll go to
the
the bottom.
credited.
All right, you done reading? Because I'll let you keep eating though, gang. Unless you was
Yes.
done.
Yeah, so the word gumbo is known in several regional tongues, with them to the Caribbeans and to the U.S. South, including where I'm from. So you can see the source right there, and it breaks down everything with a proper methodology of where gumbo come from.
You a damn lie, bro. Filet gumbo does not come from no damn Africa, bro. That
It
shit came
don't.
from New Orleans, bro.
Okay.
That shit don't even look like gumbo. That's okra stew.
Does okra
That's
is
okra
okra
stew.
included in
You don't even
gumbo?
need okra to make gumbo. No, you don't.
We're
You don't
talking
need
about when
okra
it
to make
first got
gumbo.
here, brother.
No, 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 no.
So
You's a
what does the
damn
word
lie.
gumbo mean in Aboriginal languages? Because
Gumbo is
we have several languages in
Gumbo is the
Africa.
same thing as what's that shit, goulash or some shit like that, bro. It's the same thing except it's Americanized and you use seafood. But
So
it's
how
called
so why
filet
so
gumbo. It's
so can
called
you tell me
filet
that
gumbo because the filet spices are founded here in America, bro.
so
It
what's the
means
etymology?
it means vegetable. It means vegetable, seafood, cooked in stock with filet powder to
You're not
stew
finna
it
tell
up.
So
That's
that's
somebody
what it
from
what
New
means.
that.
Orleans
So
what
that's the
gumbo is,
etymology
bro.
of gumbo, a whole recipe.
Well, no, that's what the indigenous peoples described it as the
I,
Mississippian cultures who introduced it to the world that we see today, to all of the Americans. The reason Cajun people or white Southern settlers eat it is because indigenous people gave them gumbo and
brother,
broke it
Goofy
down to them
ass,
what it
bro.
if you
means.
can't tell me the etymology of a word, then it kind of is pointless to you to
Gumbo
even
does
say
not.
it.
Well, hold on, bro. You can't sit here and say gumbo mean okra if they got a word for okra, bro. Come on,
So
bro.
tell me. So just tell me the word. Well, tell me the etymology of the word
Gumbo is
gumbo.
just the soup, bro. That's just what it is.
How about you look? How about you look up the etymology of the word gumbo? So
The
so
fuck I
so
need
we could see.
etymology for? My people been making gumbo long before they even came here, boy. What is
So
you
so
talking
prove
about?
it. So prove it.
What you
Prove
mean,
before
hold on, bro.
before the
You're not
slave
finna
trade.
tell me bro. You're not finna tell me to prove it if my culture been doing it for that long, my guy. You gotta
So
understand them
if your
colonizers
culture
did
was
not know. You can't
okay,
sit
bro.
here and say that. Them
But
colonizers
brother, if
came
your
here and we
culture,
gave them gumbo.
brother, if your
Africans did
culture
not
been
give
doing it
them
for
gumbo
thousand,
over there in Africa, bro.
if your culture been doing it for 1,000 years, you should be able to prove it.
Gumbo is just soup, right? Like, what are you talking about? I told you what it is.
Okay, now we're gonna pull it up. The etymology
The
of
etymology, the
yeah,
etymology.
the
Oh, he
etymology
want the
of gumbo.
Caucasianized. He want the Caucasianized definition of what the
Now,
hell
the
we gonna do.
No,
etymology of
that's
gumbo, it says soup thickening with okra, and that's from 1805 from Louisiana. French, probably ultimately from Central Bantu dialect, compared to Mandubi, Mangaro, okra, also used as for the Creole patriots in 1838. So now let's break this shit down, okay? Now, this is a good source. I appreciate you, brother. But 1805 is not pre-contact. So when I go back to my source, when we deal with pre-contact, we're talking about before colonization, before contact with these people. That's when okra was being used in America. So that debunks this 1805 theory. Okay. All right.
it's
So and then when you get into here, it said probably ultimately from Central Bantu. So they're not really for sure. They allude, they suspect, they think.
is okra indigenous to the Americas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Let me put this source in the back. Let's just find out if okra is indigenous to the Americas. The
Okay.
last time I checked, okra is indigenous to Africa.
Bro, barely any like bro, 80% of crops in Africa came from America, bro. Stop.
I'm
Stop.
talking about what the slaves brought to the Americas, brother. I'm not talking about
So
tomatoes or
So
slaves
why was
brought.
the
bell
slaves
peppers.
start? Hold on, bro. See, this don't make no sense, bro. Because y'all love to say this. The slaves brought it here, but them niggas was bringing slaves, chained them up in these 2-foot damn cells, bro, and nothing to eat, shitting on themselves, and all of a sudden now they bringing okra, bro. Make that make sense, my guy.
I mean, you have to feed the slaves on the slave ship. You think you're
Where they
gonna
kept
leave
all that
people?
food then for 16 million people, bro?
You think 16 million people traveled on one slave ship?
Hey,
They had
bro,
over
I'm going based off of
30,000.
what y'all been talking about, bro. They show that picture, bro.
It
They be
was
showing
over.
that picture of them niggas sitting there chained up, like what, barely even an
You
inch
say you
apart
put your
from each
source in
other,
the
bro.
back, fam?
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me put it in the back.
Because I'm gonna show you that okra ain't from here, and we're gonna go to an African source archaeologist in one of his books that was written.
Get the hell up, bro. Because
And then we're
these
gonna go
Pan
into the
Africans,
oceanic. Then we're gonna go into the oceanic. See, listen. Oh man, this is easy work. This is a teaching moment.
fam got 3 different culture names, bro. Talking about he African, bro. Kwame Ma, like, come on, bro.
I mean, the brother
He
believes
got
he
3
is,
different
and a lot
cultural
of people
names,
do
bro.
believe it. But that's why we have these conversations with these brothers.
And
Like, come
but
on, bro.
big up back. But with all due respect, y'all don't gotta explain y'all culture to a Caribbean. Kwame's Caribbean. You should ask him about his Caribbean culture that he abandoned when his family fled to the U.S. to live under the white man's nuts. Respectfully, where y'all get jerk chicken from? Where y'all
Oh,
get
you
curry
know
chicken
him?
from?
You know
I
him,
put.
fam?
Yeah,
Nah, I
he's
don't
a
know.
Pan African coon from the
I,
Caribbean, but he's
Oh, he
never been
said
a.
he was
He don't go back to
African.
the Caribbean though. He refuses to go back to his
Oh, he
country.
a tether.
Yeah,
I
he's a
put the
tether.
source in the back for you.
You see how he hides his identity? He's a Caribbean tether. With all due respect. So you should ask him about the Caribbean culture.
Brother, you don't even identify as black.
I'm a mulatto, brother. You see my name.
Yeah.
Get the
Okay
curry goat
then.
out your
So
ear, brother.
what's your point up here?
So get the.
This is a black
My point is,
conversation.
well, I was having a dialogue with the Americans. You're Caribbean, so please mute up. The
You're a
point is,
mulatto. This is a black conversation. This is a
the
black
point is,
conversation.
the point is, with all due respect, go back to your black country and fix it. Since you're pro-black, why did you abandon your black country in the Caribbean?
Brother, I'm not even talking, bro.
Checkmate.
I put the source in
Checkmate.
the back.
If you're pro-black, why did you abandon your black country in the Caribbean? You can always go back. You choose not to. You live
Damn.
under the white man's nuts by choice.
I put the source in the
Yeah,
back
you
for you.
running. You gotta run. Like you ran from the Caribbean. Just like your bitch ass family ran from the Caribbean part in my language. So the question is, if you pro-black, why you not in your black country helping to develop your black country in the Caribbean?
Aboriginal power. I put the source in the back for you.
Yeah, you got
Or the
to run from
origin
that.
Pull it up in a
author.
second. We got time though. We got time.
Yeah. He got to run from this. He don't like this medicine.
Hold on. Let's pull this source up, and I'm gonna allow you to continue right quick.
Yeah, he getting cooked.
Here go your source. You wanna? There you go.
I'm waiting for it to pop up on the screen.
Y'all don't see it yet.
Nah, not yet. Okay, whereas okra points in green ups, you can scroll back down. Where okra points as green tips, Africa has been, and the trail of trade that evidenced by the presence of the bit of the formation. Okra is believed to be originated what is now Ethiopia. So yeah, originated from Africa, not America.
You originated in the Caribbean, brother. Why you not there?
All right,
Helping
hold
your
on.
country.
I'm about to let me checkmate him. Then we're gonna get back to this tether
Yeah,
conversation.
cook his ass some more.
We're gonna go to Katanga A Bongo, Civilization of Ancient Egyptians, and we're gonna go down to page 259. All right, and we're gonna read right here. Right, it said today more than 90% of the crop varieties that exist in Africa are South American Indian crops. All root crops are grown in Africa today are South American food crops. Nearly all vegetable varieties and cultivated in Africa today originated in South America. Most African traditional dishes originated in South America. Amongst crops that the South Americans introduced, these are a couple of the crops that the Americans introduced to Africa: pepper, cola nut, corn, millet, yam, sweet potato, cocoa yam, pumpkin, squash, gorge, black-eyed peas, peanuts, coconut, ginger, garlic, sugarcane, tomato, onion, cotton. Oh yeah, did I say okra? Okra, my nigga. Okra and pineapple. Okra and pineapple. Okra and pineapple. So checkmate. Now let's move on.
Where's the source? What's the name of the source?
Katanga A Bongo. Now, hold on, let me show you the source again on the screen because I had it all on. Would you not see on the screen, brother? My bad.
No, we
I'm
saw the
seeing the
screen.
screen. I couldn't see the name.
Hold on, let me pull it back up for you, brother. I got you. No problem. I got you.
You know the literacy rate low in the Caribbean. That's why he can't read. With all due respect.
The name of the book is Katanga A Bongo. Hold on. And this is the African archaeologist and historian, Civilization in the Ancient Egyptians, Katanga A Bongo. That's the name of the book. It's actually a really good read, brother. I encourage you to read it. And I can give you more sources to show you that we also took food over there. You can go into the oceanic, platanic voyages from and to Americas. It's going to show you how all these food crops particularly came from various different parts of America and introduced to the Eastern Hemisphere pre-contact. So, man, this is easy work, bro. It's
We could.
5 years ago.
You show the source, I show the source, and we just cross the exam. So maybe
I got 5 more sources to go along with those.
Maybe we should find a neutral source to see which one is correct or not.
Maybe you should find your way back to the Caribbean, respectfully.
How about you find 2 more that says that from accurate sources, and I'm gonna find 2 more from accurate sources. That's called.
I'll find some Africans making filet gumbo too while you do that, bro.
All right, give me a second.
And since you're a tether, let's get into this tether conversation because that's a conversation that we're going to get into later on as
Yes,
well.
yes.
In my other live stream that we're going to have later on, we're going to be talking about the N-word uses from people outside of our shit. Y'all know I always come with source. If I make a claim, you're going to have a source. I'm going to have a source. I just don't pull shit out of a fucking rabbit's ass. You guys, no offense, excuse my cursing. Okay.
And with all due respect, we have to be mindful that there are taverns that cosplay as us. They come around us. They pretend to have our accent, but when he go amongst his family, he speak with the 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 Caribbean accent. He be daddy whining with his cousins at family functions. So we
He be
gotta.
doing what now?
He be
Dandelion?
daddy whining. Yeah, he be booty clapping at family functions with his
Oh
cousins.
Lord.
Yes, with all due respect. So we gotta remember that tethers, they walk amongst us and pretend to be us, but they are not us.
Yes, like I was telling the brother, a lot of these
That
conversations are
conversation.
old.
I
Like
had a conversation after. I put another source in the back.
you got another source. And by
Yeah,
the
and that
way,
and
the
that
first
and the
and
source I
listen,
just put in the back. The
by the
source I
way, that first
go ahead.
source of foodprint.com .org, that's an organization. That's not an accurate source, by the way. But I let you slide with that one though. I'm not even going to trip off of you. And this other
Okay.
feds .org, this ain't a proper site as well. But I'm gonna let you slide. But what is this about though?
Brother, it's a scientific source. It's a scientific website. So I don't know what you. I don't know what you mean. It's not a proper
A
source.
team of scientists in Bristol find a plant. What they have in there? Oh, 3,500 years ago? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it show you all the crops that originated in Africa.
But see, you talking about 3,500 years ago. Do I need to go back to my source again and read what my date says from Kantanga A. Bongo? Did you even see the date that he gave from the
No,
archaeological?
you actually didn't say the
Oh, my
date.
bad, because I went straight to the what we was wanting to talk about. But since you went to the dating, we'll go to the dating. I got your source on the screen, though, man.
Is that a proper source for you, a scientific source? That you want a better source than that?
I mean, it's an organization, though. Anytime you see .org, it's an organization. Anybody could be funding it, behind it. It's not validated to do any universal study. Well, hold
I
on.
mean, it's a
Hold on, hold
it's a
on, hold on, hold
credible
on, hold on,
source.
hold on, hold on. It's giving me a source. Dr. Julian Dunn from the University of Bristol Organic Geometric Unit. Okay, I'm with you. All right, archaeological pottery. I'm with you. It's cool. I'm validated. I said this one is cool though earlier. I don't know if I told you that, but the other one though was definitely a bogus one. But go ahead. This one cool though. I'm gonna let you read though.
Okay.
Where you want to go? Right
Uh,
here.
I wanted to read the part where it actually says, yeah, yeah, a team of scientists led by the University of Bristol. You already went down, but I
Oh,
could.
hold on. My bad. I go up. Right here.
Indigenous vegetables in at almost every West African meal include eggplant, pumpkin, watermelon. Wait, yeah, go, no, go scroll back down. That's perfect because I actually give the plants and the vegetables.
This cool.
Scroll down a little bit because your thing kind of blocking it. Yeah, West African cuisine have been known for its distinctive ingredients and flavors, often damn attached by the additional large and diverse range of plant foods. A traditional meal comprised of a starchy staple cooked in a pot, served with a sauce prepared from vegetables, fish, and or meat. Sound like what you was reading earlier. These starchy staples include root crops such as yam, cassava, sorghum, um, millet, maize, and in the northern Sahel and savanna zones, pear millet, mainly prepared as porridge. Yeah. Damn, yeah, and indigenous vegetables eaten at almost every West African
brother.
meal
Are
include
you able to
eggplant,
read, brother?
pumpkin, and watermelon, okra. God damn. Yo, you gotta get off my nuts.
Are you able to read,
God
brother?
damn. Oh,
Respectfully,
you go to every channel
are
and
you able to
and
read,
just
brother?
troll with
Just
nothing to add
enunciate
to the
yourself, brother.
conversation.
Enunciate yourself, brother.
You don't add
All right,
nothing. You don't add
get back to
nothing.
the
You
literature,
don't add
brother.
nothing to the conversation.
Get back to the literature, brother. My
You a
Caribbean
mulatto.
tether friend. My
You
tether
don't even
friend.
identify as
Hey,
black.
but listen,
My
I
tether.
see what your source is saying that these food crops came from there, and they got evidence of them being there for about uh
Yeah,
3,500 years ago.
so it shows eggplant, pumpkin, watermelon, okra, and all the other starchy and root foods.
My brother Corn comes from America, bro.
Yeah, he's a dummy. He's a dummy.
My my brother. The majority of these crops come from America. They
So
didn't. They
watermelon, okra come from America.
it comes from America because America. Because even in the source that Bat pulls up, it even says that they brought these crops to Africa, especially when you talk about civilization and agriculture, which comes from the American people. I'm just saying.
Yes, but he's a tether, so he doesn't understand. He's
I
Caribbean,
was
with
so.
all due
I mean, if
respect.
you got I was so said. I mean, it sounds like you talking about French theories. I'm just rolling with the consensus of what.
No, this is a real consensus. We're talking about
It's
Kantanga
not
A.
very.
Bongo. He's a real
I just said
archaeologist.
his
He
book.
Well,
wrote a
if you could
historical
provide
book.
more, if you could provide more credible sources, we could see which one's a consensus and which one is the French
Yeah, we
theory.
can. I got more for you, bro. Like that's nothing. Let's pull up another source for you. We're gonna go to the foodscience.gov. I actually have this in my PowerPoint. So we're going to go to this one, foodscience.gov, feeding the world. America contribute few food animals to the world larders, but American plant foods revolutionized Europe and Africa and Asia diet. Maize, aka Indian corn. You know, maize is called Indian corn, formerly known as. Okay. And in America, native astonished Europeans by the height of the stalk and the size of the grains cultivated of the corn spread to every continent, increasing the food supply and the contributing in the running rate, increasing population and characteristics of the last 500 years of humanity. All right. So sweet potatoes became a staple in West Africa, right, where it was introduced by slave traders. Yams, superficially similar to sweet potatoes, were already established there, right? Beans, squash, pumpkins, peppers, strawberries. There was a European strawberry, right? But these were inferior to the American ones. Vanilla and chocolate, wild rice, and tomato are American natives unknown to Europe, all right? Africa and Asia before 1492. But now listen, this is where it gets sweet. Of the 640 food crops grown in Africa today, almost 600 of them originate in America. Almost also of American origin today, a staple of 200 million people of the tropics. White Irish and other people also contribute from the food source of the Americas. So listen, out of 640 food crops that's grown in Africa, 600 of them originate in America. So that means you only have 40 native ones that's been ate today that actually exist there. Come on, man. You want another one? You want another one? You want to go? We want to keep going? I got like four more.
I put one in the back already from the Smithsonian, so I already put one in the back, but I put another one regarding the rice right now too. I put one. You can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Tava. Go ahead.
Yeah, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Go ahead, y'all hold it down. I gotta step away for a quick second.
Yes, brother. And with all due respect to my tether brother, why you not in the Caribbean since you pro-black? Why you not developing your black country? Why did you abandon it to hold the white man's nuts in the U.S.? Respectfully, brother.
Why you in Puerto Rico grabbing on Puerto Rican nuts and not helping your black brothers
I
and
got two Puerto
sisters?
Rican wives.
And,
Checkmate. I
and
got two Puerto Rican wives. Checkmate.
so what does that mean?
Yeah, so back to the focal point. I answered your question. Now answer mine. Why aren't you in the Caribbean since you claim to be pro-black? Why you not in your black Caribbean nation helping to develop it? Respectfully.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Brother, you're in New York. You already said it, you dumb nigga. So the question is, with all due respect, why you won't repatriate back to the Caribbean to help your people build their shanty towns?
With all due respect, brother, you're mulatto, so
Yes, and
I
you're
don't really
black and
speak
you
to mulatto.
abandoned a black nation, brother. So the question is, why did you abandon your black nation? I'm asking you as a black.
This all you do is just
I'm
troll
asking you
people.
as a black, with all due respect.
Brother, I
No,
don't
this
want
is
to answer
I'm,
you.
I'm
I don't
edifying you
need
right
to
now,
answer
brother.
you.
I'm
I don't need
edifying you
to
right
answer
now.
you.
You afraid of the mirror? Is that what it is, brother?
I don't need to answer you, brother.
Brother, you
You're
need
a
to answer
fucking
your people in the
mulatto.
Caribbean when they say, "Why did you abandon us?"
Nah,
Respectfully,
I don't
you
gotta
got to
answer you,
answer the
brother.
CARICOM when they say, "Why did you abandon us to live under the white man?" You pay taxes to the U.S. government to get Caribbeans deported. Checkmate. In the U.S., your taxes are going to the U.S. government to deport your own Caribbean people. You dumb tether. So the question is, respectfully, why don't you return back to your Caribbean nation and help them build, my black
Cause
friend?
we already took over Lorton, Springfield, and the other areas,
Oh,
bro.
so you depended on the white man's nuts to eat. Oh, I get it. I get it.
Nah, we're
I get
homeowners, so
it.
we don't
I get
depend
it.
on
Because the
nobody.
Chinese, well, let's have a dialogue, my black friend,
I
my
don't want
black
to have a
Caribbean friend.
dialogue with you. You're a mulatto.
While the Chinese are
I don't
taking over
need
the
to have a
Caribbean,
dialogue. I don't do
we'll
dialogue
go
with
and make your point.
mulattoes. You're
I know you're
white.
triggered, my Caribbean friend. I know you're triggered.
I'm not triggered. You're a
So the question,
mulatto.
all right, make your point. I'm
I
gonna make
don't
mine. Go ahead.
dialogue with white people.
All right, and you're black and you abandoned a black country. Checkmate. So the question is, why
I'm
did
up
you
here
let the
dialogue with other
Chinese?
black people,
I'm asking a
not
question,
mulattoes.
brother.
None
I'm
of these
asking a
brothers is
question.
mulattoes.
Why did you allow the Chinese to take over the biggest ports in the Caribbean? And you're a Caribbean nigga.
Do you identify as black or
Checkmate.
mulatto?
Bitch, my name is Pam Mulattoism. What you think?
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay, you're dumb.
why you up here?
You're
Go
black.
find a mulatto
Hold on.
channel.
You're black. Why you not in a black country? Checkmate.
You're not a foundational black American. You're not an African American. You're a foundational mulatto.
But look how
That's what
angry
you
you
are.
are. Yes, I'm a
I'm not
foundational
I'm
mulatto
not
American. So let's have
I'm
a
not
dialogue as
bad.
gentlemen. Can we be gentlemen? The
Nah,
question is,
I don't want
brother,
to talk to you.
why did you abandon your black Caribbean country to live underneath the white
I
man's nuts
don't
in the
talk to
U.S.?
have white. I don't talk to have white people.
Your grandkids will be half white because you came to the U.S. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Okay.
There's no way around it. So the question is, brother, if you wanted to preserve your blackness, why you didn't stay in a black country in the Caribbean, your country of origin, brother? The Chinese, the Pakistanis, the Indians, they're taking over your region right now as you twiddle your thumbs on the internet in the U.S. with the white man's thumb in your butt, respectfully. I know the truth hurt, brother, but this is love right here. This is respectful love as a gentleman I'm giving you, man. I walk it like I talk it. I'm a mulatto. I live in a mulatto Wakanda, known as Puerto Rico. You black, why did you abandon your black Caribbean Wakanda and come to the U.S., brother? My neighbor's dog don't even like your bitch ass because you ran away. You're a coward. Botsy boy Kwame, why did you leave your country? Why did you abandon your people, brother? And this is to all the Americans listening. Stop debating your culture with Tevas. They ran away from their country. They'll never go back to fix it. They are the
That
white
part.
man's whores. They're the
That
white
part.
man's whores.
What's the mulatto
Respectfully.
culture?
Yes, I'm living it right now. I'm in the mulatto Wakanda, known as Puerto Rico, brother.
So stay your bitch ass there and get out of black people business, brother.
Yes, but I'm in the U.S. and you're
Respectfully.
not in the Caribbean. Why you not in the Caribbean with your bitch ass? Why you dirty whining in Brooklyn? Checkmate. Why you booty clapping in Brooklyn? Checkmate. Why you eating jerk chicken in Brooklyn? Checkmate. Why you got rice and peas on your mouth in Brooklyn? Checkmate. Why you not in the Caribbean helping your people, brother?
Well, hey,
You
so
don't like this,
Mulatto,
man.
let me ask you
Yes,
this:
sir.
what did this Tesla brother do to you to get how you so mad at him?
No, I'm not mad at all. I'm illustrating a point that within our community, we let these tethers come amongst us and pretend to be us when we need
No,
to
we
expose them
don't.
every
No,
time.
we call them
Well,
tethers out
literally,
immediately.
we're
I
back.
didn't
With
even
all due
know he
respect,
was disguising good, but I did hear a
you said
little.
it
I did hear a little jerk and coconut as he was
exactly. So we got to
explaining.
expose that to the listeners.
What did I disguise? You didn't ask me my background.
Shout your country out. What's your background, brothers? Shout them out.
I'm talking to
You
Aboriginal,
so
bro. I'm not
ashamed. You won't
talking.
even shout your island
What's
out.
your
That's
background? What's your
I'm
background?
Jamaican.
checkmate.
That's down there checkmate.
Yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked, man.
Damn, we were just talking to a tether last night by the name of Willie Wall Street. He from Barbados though, and he so happened to have a little New York accent too. That's becoming the disguise to work your way into our culture is through the New York
What culture?
slang.
I'm a Pan African, so I believe all black people from Africa. So
Pan
what?
Africans don't exist. It's a belief. It's a religion. It's an ideology that's really
Okay, well,
unpractical.
you can't prove
It
your
does here.
American, your
There's
Aboriginal
no Pan
culture.
Africanism going down in Africa like that. There's no Pan Africanism going down in your Caribbean island that you call Jamaica. So what you do is attach yourself to Black American spirit, Black American energies, and we go all out for all Black American groups. Historically, we have and got the short end of the stick. We go Pan African hard. More harder than anybody, than even Africans and Jamaicans, and you guys don't even practice it in your homeland. That's why it's an impractical idea based off of the social standards that is trying to convey. So, as Aboriginal American people,
What you
we
mean?
push
What
the
you mean?
truth of
What can you
knowledge
say that?
itself.
Okay, can you say that over again? You was kind of breaking up.
Well, this whole ideology that everybody should be all together and we're going to utilize and promote each other and hype, under Pan-Africanism, that was a one-way street. You didn't
Why you
see it
say that?
happening in your island. It wasn't going on in Africa like that. It was Black Americans that
So
hyped that
what?
up.
So what are the
So
what are the
it was a false
Rastafarians?
illusion. It was an impractical ideology.
What you mean? And what do you mean by that?
It was just an impractical ideology, bro. It didn't do nothing. Nobody was even doing it. When niggas was
How
Pan-African, when niggas was Pan-African in America, there was no Africans pushing that shit. It wasn't a
Nigga,
large
so
look,
movement in
so
Africa.
who
It
so
wasn't a
who
large
so
movement in Jamaica, and it ain't a large movement in
man.
Jamaica now, and it ain't a large movement in.
brother
It ain't no
brother
freaking
Hey,
Pan
hey,
African
countries
hold
out here.
on,
hold on it's
hold on,
countries that
Kwame.
was founded
Hold on,
under the
Kwame.
banner of Pan-Africanism.
Hold on,
No,
You got
Kwame.
it
Kwame
Hold
wasn't.
on.
Nkrumah,
Hold
you got
on.
Patrice Lumumba, um what's my
What
brother
country? What country?
I just named the two leaders of the country, brother.
What country is those though?
The Congo, Ghana, Kenya.
Nigga, them
Um,
countries all been around before Pan Africanism. They just tied themselves there, and
brother
and guess what? The people in the Congo
Is
wasn't.
the first
The people in
president.
the Congo wasn't pushing Pan Africanism. They wasn't pushing that.
Brother, the first president of the Congo of the Republic
Pan
of Congo
Africanism
is
is a faded ideology that comes from the
how?
1920s. That that
Not
How
that,
is
that
it
I don't even
faded?
think
came
How
it's
from
is it
the
faded
20s.
1920s,
if
Bap.
people
That came
founded
from the
countries on it?
tether himself,
Bap,
just
I don't
like
even think it's
Marcus Garvey.
1920s, Bap, because you
Marcus
did a whole
Garvey
build
pushed
about.
that same tether ass ideology on our people, and we wasn't getting G with it,
I
bro.
actually you had Paul Cuffey before him and Martin
Yeah,
Luther
you
King
got
before him.
Paul Cuffey, Absalom Jones, John Gloucester. Who I need to go
Yeah,
to? Richard Allen. These was all sellouts sitting on Robert Finley's lap. Do I need to break that down to you too?
It's
these
funny
was
how
all Pan
majority of the
Africans
Pan Africans
before Martin
Yeah,
sided with
but
Luther
the
guess
King.
what?
Union in the
No,
North,
they
bro.
wasn't Pan-Africanism. They
They
got
was
told
they
to go
wasn't.
back to Africa, and a white man constructed an ideology for them to push called the American Colonization Society, pushing
How
a
when Paul Cuffey
repatriation. They was
how when
pushing the
Paul
repatriation movement. Yeah,
how
because
when Paul Cuffey
You got
before the America colonized
Francis Key, Scott West, who helped fund it. You
you
got
know you
Bushrod
do know
Washington, who was the nephew of George Washington, right? And we know the sentiments was already been earlier used before that. I can give you a list
What
of people who was
was Paul
pushing,
Cuffey before the
telling
American
black people
colonizer side?
to go. I can give you a list of people that was pushing back to Africa long before Paul Cuffey even existed.
Okay, let me ask you a
All
question.
church boys, and so happily he happened to be a church boy.
Was Paul Cuffey before the American colonizer society?
Was he born before the
But
American colony?
was he before? Did he sail to Africa prior to the ACS?
Yeah, he did. He was a ship maker.
Okay, then. So how are you going to say that
But he
white
wasn't
people?
pushing a repatriation movement to free Negroes in America to go back to Africa. He was working. So as it progressed, he was familiar with going back and forth to Africa for work. But when he got hooked up with Robert Finley at the Presbyterian Church, he adopted that ideology of
What work was
repatriation.
Paul Cuffey doing in Africa?
When he first went over there?
Yeah, you said he was doing work in Africa. So what work was Paul Cuffey doing
I
when he
think he was
sailed
a
his
ship maker. He
voyage?
was like
When he
making
sold
ships
it,
or some shit. He was like a ship maker or some shit.
brother, Paul Cuffey took 38 African Americans from America back to Africa, brother.
And them
When?
same 38
Prior to the
Americans,
A,
When?
them same
prior to
38
the
When?
Americans
ACS.
said we want to go back
When?
And
home, bro.
Hold on,
What
hold
they
is
on,
you
hold on,
talking
hold
about?
on. Are
in the
you stating that
1780 in the
Paul Cuffey took
1780s.
38 Black Americans to Africa before the American Colonization
Yes,
Society?
yes, this is documented.
Pull it up.
Give me a second.
I don't understand this shit, bro. African
Pull it
America
up.
didn't even exist
We
until
know that these niggas were
1960, bro.
sellouts, no matter how you slice it. These niggas were
Bro, that's what
sellout
I was about to
coons.
say, Bap. Don't you
They
find
try
it
to
funny,
rally
bro,
when they
that
try to rally the other free Negroes. None of them niggas was in favor of going back to Africa,
but Bap, don't you find it funny
uh,
though that during
according
that
to
time,
Absalom Jones' letter, or was it James 14? It was either James 14 or Absalom Jones' letter. I got it somewhere pulled up. We got the letter.
Bap, don't you find it funny though that during that time when they talk about repatriation and all that shit, bringing niggas back to Africa, right? All of a sudden, these sellouts were part of the boule, working for the Union or the North, not the South, but the North, bro, to depopulate the South, bring them people over there, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Because Paul Cuffey was a boule member, bro. He was a Mason. All these niggas that he's naming off talking about bringing people back to Africa were Masons, bro.
Anything to do with his mission? And what does that have to do with anything?
Because Masons sided with the Europeans to create what we living in to this day, bro, to depopulate black people from this land, bro. False identity and shit, false history.
So what about Frederick Douglass and the other Christian Masons
Frederick
that
Douglass said that
that
we
was
was
calling
already
African
here, my
savages
nigga.
and wanted? Yeah, okay, so you want to side with Frederick Douglass, who's a big coon over? Like, come on.
That's a lie, bro. Stop playing, bro. Frederick Douglass' letter even said that black people was already from America, bro. It was already here, bro. What you talking about? And Shy Son, you a goofball, bro. You a goofball. The only reason the North wanted to go to war with the South because of how much money the South was making through crops. We would be citizens, okay, and that's why they didn't want to be a part of that shit, bro.
So if if black people in America thought they was Indian, why didn't they name? Why didn't none of the
We didn't think
educated
we was
brothers?
Indian. We didn't think we was Indian.
Okay, Aboriginal
We
to the
knew we was
Americans.
American, nigga. We knew we
Why
was
They
all
already
American.
knew
why
that
all
shit.
the societies is named
Hey,
African?
hey, what make you think that the
Who
people in
made the
America didn't
societies,
know
bro?
that they was an American, bro? What part of
You
that
had
did you?
you had the Free African School, the Free African Society.
Who created the first free African school?
The brothers and I forgot their name. I could pull it up though in a second. I think in Raleigh, North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
Pull
Then
it
you
up.
had Richard Island in them with the Free African
So it
Society.
wasn't Promise Hall.
I have to check the source in a second, but I know about the Free African School and the free
Promise
and the,
Hall created the first one.
oh, okay. So why didn't nobody created a Aboriginal school, a free
But he was
Aboriginal
gay though.
school?
You didn't need to create a school, bro.
But
What the hell
Promise
are you
Hall was
talking about?
gay. He was sleeping with George Washington.
So
Oh shit.
what does that matter?
Whoa.
What
Because
we're
these
not
dudes
talking about
was
the
selling
man
out.
bedroom.
It was selling out. If you're sleeping with the beast, you're not going to fight them. That's my point. They were literally sleeping with them. They weren't fighting for your freedom.
Okay, brother. You talking about the man bedroom. I'm talking about what the man identified himself as.
Man, if you sleeping with the enemy, you're not going to go against the enemy. That's just simple logic.
Why didn't none of them call themselves American, free,
They was
or
American. They called
tribe?
themselves American. They was considered American.
Brother, they all identify themselves as African.
No, they didn't. They was called Negroes. Free
So why
Negroes,
none?
American Negroes.
Where's the
They was calling
society?
themselves American Negroes, and when you go and look up the letter, they refer to them as Negroes. As Negroes, all the actual primary letters refer to them people as Negroes. None of it states African. You're lying. You made that up.
I'm lying.
Yes.
I'm talking about what I'm talking about the organization that they created themselves.
The American Colonization Society.
No, I'm talking about the Free African Society. I'm talking about the AME. I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
that was
Free
all
African School.
propaganda being pushed. That was all part of the Quaker movement. See, these people were deliberately sellouts. These people
So
were being used through the church. These people were being propagated through the church, bro.
So they were
Indoctrinated and used as a mission through the church, and then it led into being in the institutions.
They would sell out for trying to free 5 million black people in the South.
Nigga, we was
Man,
not even slaves, bro. What you
man,
talking
nobody
about? Talking
wasn't
about
listening
5
to that
million. Man,
bullshit.
shut your goofy
Them
ass
people
up.
went over there to Sierra Leone and Liberia and started getting killed and literally ate by cannibals over there, bro.
About freeing slaves, bro. Black people own like 15 million acres in the South, my guy. What you mean freeing slaves? We own 15 million
Africans
acres,
haven't
bro.
did nothing tangible
This
for our
truthful dude
people.
sound like a
And guess
goofy.
what? The
I don't even know what
Pan-African
he's talking
movement
about.
been around since
Sound like
the
a
early
goofy.
1900s, and they haven't provided anything tangible for so-called melanated people in America. They don't have no economic footing to elevate, no political shit for them people that's going to benefit black people or so-called black people in America. So we're not black, but so-called. They know what I'm talking about.
Part of Aboriginal power. Can you repeat the first couple things you said? Because I you was this truthful guy kind of talked over you, so I couldn't really hear what you were saying. You said they didn't create what?
They haven't created anything that's tangible worth for our people benefiting off of.
Who
over the last
talking about?
100 years that has been around?
What, Pan-Africanism?
Yeah, Pan-Africanism.
Regarding what? There's
nothing.
Dual citizenship. There's people.
Economics, political, the shit that's going to tangible benefits for our people.
Well, you do know Ghana and Nigeria has 2 diaspora cities that's open in the 2027 and 2030.
Man, we don't want to hear about this about to be. We don't want to hear about this about to be ass shit, man. We don't want to hear about this about to be ass shit. They just setting up them cities to take black Americans' money. They've been leeching off us for
you asked what's tangible, and I just gave you.
Do we got right now that our people are benefiting off of right now? You said maybe they about to in the future. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing tangible that our people are benefiting off of. That's a possibility in the future. That's what we're talking about.
I didn't give you a possibility. I gave you a fact that Two cities
Bro,
that's
it's not a
opening
fact that
in
nobody's benefiting off of that right now. That's not a fact, bro.
that's
That's
land.
not a fact.
That's tangible.
Nigga, what you mean that's
That's
land
not a
tangible,
tangible that
bro?
nobody is benefiting
That's in
off
the
of right
future.
now, bro.
Ain't
What are you
nothing
talking
there,
about?
bro.
Who the fuck?
There's
Name one black American that's benefiting off that shit right now. I wait.
not a damn one, bro.
Do you know about the brothers Earning
Come
Legion?
on, bro. Now you ask me about something
They
else.
got
I'm asking you a question. Name me one black American that you said that's tangible that's benefiting off of that, bro.
I just gave you two brothers from America, two black Americans that's opening. They're both opening a city in Ghana.
Are they black Americans or African Americans, bro? Which one is it?
Well, black is interchangeable with African.
Bullshit.
Okay, check the U.S. Census.
U.S. Census don't mean that shit, bro. Which one is it? Is it African American or is it black American, bro?
You could use black interchangeably with African, brother.
You a damn lie, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
You could
It's a
look up
damn lie.
your American dictionaries, brother. Black in the context is interchangeable with
Man,
African.
Dr. Umar been about to open up a school for 10 years, man. I don't want to hear that about to open up a
What I'm
city
saying,
shit,
bro.
bro. That's bogus. That ain't
Yeah, we
nothing
gonna
tangible.
benefit
Ain't
off of something
nobody
that ain't even
benefiting
here.
off of that. Not one black American benefit off of that shit.
I just gave you the two brothers, and I could put the
Bro,
source in the back and show you.
somebody creating a city allegedly, bro, that ain't helping black Americans, bro.
It's not allegedly. It's a fact.
Americans, bro. That's not
It's
helping
not
black
allegedly.
Americans.
It's a fact. And
That
also
shit not
most of the
helping
West
black
African
Americans.
countries offer
That's that tether talk. See, this is this way for them to constantly keep leeching off of black Americans or Aboriginal Americans, family. Listen, family, I need y'all to listen. This is that same tether talk. They want y'all to come over there and spend that money, eat that motherfucking injera, a motherfucking fufu, potato greens and rice. They want you to spend your American money to help build up their little infrastructure. That's the plan, to get more black Americans to come over there. Ain't nobody gonna go over there. It's gonna be just like Paul Cuffey and James 14 all over again. Them niggas has never been down with Pan-Africanism. What make motherfuckers think that they gonna be pushing that shit now? And it's been around for 100 years. And now that some black Americans that took initiative to open up a city in Africa. If the Pan-Africans was such involved with the movement, they would have opened it up themselves and wouldn't have took black Americans or Aboriginal Americans to go do that shit. It's just another trick, man. And them niggas is coons for even going over there setting up some shit.
You asked about changeable. I gave you land, and now you're moving the goalpost.
Yeah, nah, that's bullshit.
Two people out of a whole community, huh? All right, cool, bro.
That's just flat out bullshit.
They invested their money.
Yeah, and what do they get in
return?
return?
And they ain't gonna get nothing out of it.
Besides
The only person gonna get something out of it is motherfucking Africans. Like they been doing.
All that shit is
Or
to build up the damn
There's gonna be
economy.
a bunch of Jamaicans running over there too. I know
and the
that.
Nigerian government particularly is opening a diaspora city.
Don't nobody want to go to no shitty ass place like Nigeria. They the home of scamming. They got one of the largest populations of open defecation. Man, don't nobody want to go to that motherfucking place, man.
They
That
just
place
getting
is
civilized, bro. That's what
hell,
that means,
bro.
bro.
You asked for tangibles.
Yeah, but we don't. That's not tangible. Living in a toilet full of scammers. That's not tangible.
You asked for tangible, and now you undermining it.
Yeah, no, y'all undermining us here by trying to persuade our people like that's a land of like that's a good opportunity to go to a dusty ass place. To go to a dusty ass place that's scamming and got the largest open defecation in Africa. So
brother, it's no Jamaicans that's opening a city in Ghana. It's two African Americans. It's not no Jamaicans, no Trinidadians, no Barbadians. It's two African Americans.
They coons. You promoting it though, because they coons. And guess what? It's some brothers that's coons, and that's a part of our stock. And it's gonna be a lot of tethers and immigrants promoting it. And that you ain't gonna see black Americans promoting. That's all I'm saying, dog. So yeah, keep that tether shit what y'all doing. Hopefully it prosper. But I know that shit gonna flop like every other country down there.
So what is America doing for African Americans?
So we're doing what we need to do.
Are they offering reparations? Are they
reparations on your own land, bro?
Listen. See, that's the thing. Y'all always want to be in on our conversation. Like, let's go to the California reparations con. That shit was on the ball, but guess what? It was some Jamaican tethers on the task force that was secretly lying and got that shit to pretty much go to vote against it. They voted all the way against.
Let's talk about
So,
reparation because it
so
seemed like the African
nah,
Union
we don't
is
want to
taking.
talk reparations with no tethers that ain't gonna be getting nothing. So I don't want to talk reparations. I really don't.
I guess African Americans the only people that got enslaved. I guess
We're here in America. So I don't want to talk to no motherfucking tether that ain't getting
I'm
into what
talking
I'm
about.
about to
I'm
get.
not.
If you want
Bro,
to go deal with it,
I
go
don't need
deal with your
reparations. I'm
government.
good.
Go
I'm
deal
talking
with
about
your
the African.
British. Go
I'm
deal
talking
with
about
your
the African
government.
Union. I'm talking about the
Go deal.
African
They need to
Union.
deal with it in Africa. Africans was the ones allegedly selling
I'm
y'all
talking
ass.
about the African Union fighting for reparation at the highest level court at the
Nah,
UN.
they ain't fighting for none of that though. We don't care. We don't got nothing to do with what they're going on over there. They ain't fighting for us, and we ain't fighting for them. We
Are
ain't
you
dealing
even
with. We want
aware?
restitution.
Are you
We
even
want
aware of that?
restitution. We don't want reparations per se. We want restitution.
Restitution.
So now, when we dealing with,
I thought the goofy at the bottom said y'all never got enslaved. So
we
now
want
you got enslaved or
restitution.
didn't?
We want restitution. We want restitution.
What
I
was
don't
it?
know if
People
you know what that
enslaved? Was
means.
African Americans enslaved or not?
Nigga, we not African, bro.
Man, there was
The hell you
harm.
talking about?
There was crimes against humanity done to us. We was prisoners of war. Uh, did we come from Africa? Fuck no. Did we get beat up and packed on the ship and had a doo-doo and smuggled seeds up under our tongue? No. We was here fighting. We was
Did
here
you ever
fighting.
read
You see what I'm saying?
Did you ever read the concessions of the Confederate States and why they left the Union?
They was
Oh,
never
he
part of the
about to
Union.
pull up some fake old history now. Let's hear it, bro.
The Union started after the Confederates was already started, bro. Are you familiar with the book, The Forgotten Cause of the Civil War?
Because I could show you exactly what the letters they wrote and why they saying they
No,
left the
you can't,
Union.
bro.
And
You
I can show
can't.
you that
That's what I'm
And
the
they
saying.
say
Confederate flag was an
You coming
particularly
Indian
with
tribe,
the
bro.
majority of them
revised
say
history.
particularly you're trying to stop the African slave trade.
No, we know that the
Oh
African
my
slave
god.
trade happened. It just we can't prove that the demographic of the people that was coming here. So
why these states left the Union because
the
they said they trying to
demographic of the
stop them
people
from making money off the African
because we
slave
can't
trade.
They
prove
was
the
not making
demographic
money
of
off
the
of
people that
Africans.
came here was Negroes. We know
You
white
said
people
what?
was coming from
This is
there. We
crazy.
know white people was being enslaved during those same times, coming over here at the same places in the same areas.
They
Same
particularly
way.
verbatim said the African slave trade. They ain't say nothing about indentured servant from
No, that
Europe.
they
They
call
said the
it
African slave
actually it's
trade.
not called the African slave trade, it's called the transatlantic slave trade. And more
I'm talking about what the
particularly,
state.
they're
I'm talking
talking
about
about the middle passage. So it's not
brother.
called Africa. If you add an African to it, it's a revive or a pan-African statement, quote unquote. So
That part.
no, the correct term is the middle passage or the transatlantic, is what I'm saying. So see that tether two-step don't work, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming through, man. Tap in with us when we have some more of these open dialogues. I just want to get some information from you. And I appreciate you for coming on. A lot of people in the chat don't come on, man. So
good. It's a good bill. Y'all brothers have a good day. You know what I mean, keep your head up. You know what I mean, keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I mean, maybe we can have some more dialogue on the topics. You know what I mean, and shit like that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you were just babbling. You started Taylor babbling at that point. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move on from that. But yeah, St. Louis, he was one of the South African nigga. But you from Jamaica though. You floated over here on the inner tube. You see what I'm saying? Y'all come over here and y'all be doctors and shit, and they be doctors and shit coming over here from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Me, but come over here and be an Uber driver. You understand me? Let me play a little song right quick. I'm gonna open up the channel some more. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. It's just a song that came through after this nice conversation came through. It was a nice vibe, but it gave me, it gave me a certain type of vibe. So we'll be right back.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you flee into. Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you flee into. I got into my Uber. What did I see? It was a dusty musty tether, smelling like Jacobite. Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you flee into. I got into my Uber. What did I see? It was a dusty, musty tether, smelling like Jacobite. Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you flee into. Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you flee into. Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking.
We don't need to play no more. Y'all want to hear the rest? We'll play the rest for you. We'll play the rest. Tariq a fool. Tariq a fool. Somebody said, what's the name of the song? That's some Tariq Nasheed song. He made for the Musty Tethers. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah, man, back to the conversation at hand, man. You can't get away from using your aboriginality, man. That's one of the things that I was trying to explain. Anybody that's running around claiming to be Aboriginal, but not Indian, but not Aboriginal. Come on, man. You're just slow. You're just slow at this point. And we can't allow y'all to keep doing little dumb shit like that. You feel me? You gotta understand that, man. We are the Aboriginals here. And like I said, it's so many people that's been here from the beginning, like some of the pioneers, A1 Chief, Dan Calloway. We all know we Aboriginals. So anybody saying that, like we the copper colors. What Dan Calloway say in this song? What'd he say? Hold on.
I'm a copper-colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginals. Warrior.
You see what I'm saying? Easy. Descendant of the Aboriginals, my nigga. Copper color. And I'll be liking to have these dialogues with the tether. See, people be getting too mad and excited. We got to just have these dialogues with them. You know? These guys don't have no problem. I really want to get into what makes them think that he's African. Because he's a tether. He's from Jamaica. No, nigga, we the Aboriginals, nigga. American. Good old American.
Like 11, I'm a copper-colored individual, descendant of the Aboriginals.
You hear that? Copper color Aboriginal. So I need y'all to understand that. when we looking at these particular words, let's go to Anamine of the word American. Because that's what we speaking about. When we say we're American, we talking about the Aboriginals, the copper color individuals. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Hold on. Let's pull it up on the screen right quick. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up the term. It should be quite easy. We the copper color Aboriginals descended of. We the copper color Aboriginal. What do you say? That nigga spaz right quick. Shout out the motherfucking thing. Hold on, let me put this on the screen for the family. Take this off the screen. Boom. So as we look right here, when Dane said we are the copper individuals descended of the Aboriginals, you feel me? He's talking about American. Because look what it says. Originally applied to the Aboriginals or the copper color races. Come on, man. It's easy work. We the Americans, my nigga. You understand? I dropped the link in the chat, Andrew. Oh, you said about free soul? I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, let's play that right quick. Let me play that. We're going to give them some sound today. I don't even know who this is. This is a reaction. Let's see what he got. It is my own copyright for this shit. Don't try to sue me, love.
I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. Aboriginal. I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. On us Aboriginals. For generations I've been free getting paid. My predecessor was a prince, not a slave. Gold dripping all through my DNA. No, we don't play. Young royalty, top of my game, bitch. More than a king. I'm a god in my reign. Don't need a throne. Don't need no rings. Don't need no hoes. And I don't need no change. Yeah. I got diamonds shining in my iris. Yeah. I pop a cap to me, turn around. Yeah. Been cultivating all these crappy honest. Yeah. Could give a fuck about a Tatiana. Yeah. But I'm still counting blue faces, all my bills paid, living in my truth, babe. 2020, I'ma cut the cool, baby. Drop the top down, blowing out the roof lately. I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. Aboriginal. I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. On us Aboriginals, ay. I might lie you for my lineage. Ain't for the drama, my mind on counting them dividends. Yeah, I'm a wizard with a wicked witch. Leave your name on the altar, then they gon' deal with it. Yeah, maybe flush it down the drain. Memorials made for your name. Bet you won't disrespect that gang. Take all that gas right out your tank. I'ma pop up in your dreams. Freddy Krueger with the Ruger right on me. Big shark, you some tuna in the sea. Picking all your flesh from my teeth. Yeah, I can smell the blood in the water. Sharpening my sword to get ready for the slaughter. Neck to the guillotine, then I off it. Christ to the wall, you might end up in a coffin. I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. Aboriginal. I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. On us Aboriginals.
I clear my throat, the microphone I'm hopping on. I tell the truth from copper tone, this is my home. They feed us lies, they took lives, they fucking stole. But I ain't dwelling on it. I just remember, I just want you to know I'm a reincarnated soul. We ain't come on no boat, man, we been here. Aim with a beam scope, yo man, been here. Steady cold, heat 'em with the toast, no biscuit. I'm building mountains, a nation building, that's Washington. Ask me how I know. These psychedelics I'm consuming. Sacred plants, they told me so. Ancestors tell stories when I consult the altar. Florida water for all the ones that's falling to my baby mama. I love you with all of my heart. We raised a tribe, we built it right. We set for generations and got land rights. Trust we locked down.
I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. Aboriginal. I got more blood in my body than you know. No, my bloodline wasn't trapped up on a boat. No, I cannot buy none of them stories that they told. On us Aboriginal.
That was heat. That was heat.
That was some heat.
That was heat.
That was some heat. Yeah, that was some heat.
Brother, even the chorus was banging.
Yeah, even the chorus is hit. Nigga, Aboriginal.
The chorus was banging. He said, I got more blood in my body than you know. You know, my ancestors, they came off no boat.
That's a fact, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell people, bro. We didn't come here. We from here, bro. We didn't come here. We from here. We not new here. We grew here.
That shit was heat.
You understand me? Aboriginal. Hey, nigga. Hey, man, somebody hit that cash out. Ain't nobody supporting the channel all day. Y'all bogus as hell. And I got some more heat lined up for y'all today. Made in America. Yeah, that shit was heat. That shit was some heat. I like that.
I ain't mean to interrupt your little convo with Tether Boy, bro. But because literally just had gumbo the other day, bro. Filet gumbo.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Tether
bro.
Boy didn't know what he was talking about. It's all good.
True. As a matter of fact, Bab, I need you to help me out with this real quick, bro. I met somebody, bro. This dude said that the banjo was made in Africa, bro.
Yeah, let me guess. The Bantu made the banjo. I'm taking a wild guess.
I'm like, nah, he just said, yeah, bro, I'm studying I forgot what it's called, like Black Akana or some shit. Like, it's a festival coming up down here in New Orleans, bro. And he was talking about how he said the banjo was an African instrument and all that. I'm like, bro,
always trying to tie themselves to Americans, man.
I'm like, bro, didn't the banjo come from the Appalachian Mountains, bro? Or maybe even Texas. But I'm just like, there's no way these people are saying this type of shit.
Immigrant buddies. Yeah, man. Damn, I want to get Dulcinea on to talk with this Black European conversation. But it seems like maybe the standard dude came in or something. But if you listening, Dulcinea, hit the link. I definitely dropped it for you earlier. I didn't get around telling you to hit it though. But yeah, man, this Aboriginal history is so deep, man. Like it's really nothing to really talk about. Like the Aboriginal peoples here did some extraordinary things. The buildings, the castles, then this shit predates a lot of that shit down there in the old Mac and Maya. We got older structures and shit that was destroyed based off of the early colonists and stuff here. That's already documented, bro. Like when we get into some of this Aboriginal history, like there's some real good historical books. Like You know, what's a good book? The Annuals of Kentucky, or some, one of them good old books.
This shit just crazy, bro.
Man, I don't know what the fuck going on. My whole setup is crazy over here. I can't wait till I get my other laptop back. They need to hurry up and get my shit.
Yeah, I need a new laptop too, bro. That's why I can't pull up my
Lord.
sources and shit, because my microphone busted on that one, bro.
So your microphone busted, gang?
Yeah, it don't work on my laptop, so I'm like, well, damn, I really can't get on there and source up like that.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Can I be up here twice? Like one on my phone, one on my laptop?
I mean, you can.
Oh, okay.
It's what you got to do, gang. Oh, hell nah. Something ain't right.
And Junebug said, drop the link.
I got you, Junebug. Man, what the fuck is wrong with my computer, G? Hold on. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck going on. Somebody said put an external mic.
I could do that too. This laptop like 4 years old, bro. 3 years old actually now. Cause I got that in 22.
Shit, ain't nothing wrong with it, bro.
Yeah, you right. Shit hanging off a thread though.
Man. Something ain't right. I was about to show y'all something. My computer doing some weird ass shit. Hey, engine number 9, what's the word, man? This is just a laid back build. This is just a morning one. So let me drop the. Hey, let me see Zoe with the locks. What's up, Zoe?
Yo, what's good? Right?
What's going on?
Welcome to Miami, Florida, man. You know, we just roll locked in.
Already. What's going on with you though? You cool?
Yeah, I'm cooling. Hey, so what's a tether though?
What's a what?
You think all Haitians with a bird?
I said what now?
With the foolishness, like all the over with the foolishness and stuff like that.
Hold on, I can't hear you, gang. Hold on. Can you speak in the bottom of your mic?
You hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. What you say, big bro?
I'm bad, bro. Hey, so you think all the Zoe feathers?
All the Zoes are tethers?
Yeah, you think about that? What you think about that?
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of Zoe tethers, but I can't say every Zoe is a tether.
Oh,
Not every immigrant is a tether, but every tether is an immigrant for sure.
I disagree a little bit though.
Well, tell me how you disagree.
Because I'm gonna keep it 100 though. You feel me? I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. We got some, but it's like how people are saying it. They trying to group all the Zoes
Speaking the mic though, I want you to speak. I want everybody to hear you loud and clear.
You hear me?
Yep, there you
go. Go to your settings and turn your mic volume.
I already did. I already turned the mic up.
Okay.
My phone be tripping. But all those ain't like that though, Bat.
No, I know all those ain't alike. I mean, all Haitian. I ain't gonna say those. I'm gonna say all Haitians ain't alike. You feel what I'm saying? I'm actually cool with some Haitians, so that let me know that not all Haitians are tethers.
I just wanna, cause it be sometimes like.
But it is some Haitian tethers out there. But to be real with you, but to be real with you, out of all the little Caribbean groups, Haitian probably got the least amount of tethers.
Nah, we got some.
Oh, y'all got a lot, but out of all of them, like y'all not like the Jamaican, the Dominican.
Oh, no, the Dominican, them boys, they white boys.
So, in other groups that's out there as well.
I gotta, I be tuning in. I don't probably be acting in chat, but I be listening to you though.
Yeah, man. So tether is an action too, though. So that's undermining our people while talking down on them, throwing y'all trash in there in our business. You know what undermining is, right? This hidden vitriol and disdain towards our people, while also emulating our people for economic gains. That's what we call tether.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, but I gotta check in because I be seeing a TikTok. The Zoes on TikTok, them Zoes be riling. They ain't speak for everybody.
They was talking shit about Black Americans.
Yeah, they love doing that dumb shit. I don't know why they be doing that dumb.
Do you be checking them?
Right, I check the boys in real. You can't check the boys in social media. Y'all check the boys in real life.
You be checking them boys in real life when you hear them talk shit about Black Americans.
You gotta represent because you can't stop African so the LBAs or the Aboriginals of getting their check. You can't knock the boy get that money. We need our money from French. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, right?
I kind of get it.
They're like, they be like pocket watching. I'm just speaking from a dude come from Miami, because Miami, we look at it different. The Florida Zoes not like the New York Zoes or everybody else Zoes.
Is it some tethers? Is it some tethers with the Florida Zoes?
But they ain't like they know
they just like the New York ones then. See, they just like some of the New York ones then.
But they know better. Down here they know better because down here we let them know quick. Like they outnumbered in real life. You feel me?
Hell yeah, y'all island probably got like 300,000 people there. Nigga, that's a neighborhood in Philly.
I don't want everybody think what social media, how that everybody think the same way is a difference.
Yeah, tethers are sabotagers of the movement. See, you a rider, brother. We consider you a rider. You know what I'm saying? One of the brothers, we would consider you a brother. That's not you're a non-American, but you're a rider, though. You see what I'm saying? And we appreciate and we rock with you as well. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's a lot of them. We got Puerto Rican riders, Jamaican riders, you know what I mean? Haitian riders, hillbilly riders. But it doesn't divert from us calling out the systematic overall in effect that these people are having on our people. And now we got a classification for these people. They kind of don't like it because historically we didn't have a classification for the people that was look like us that wasn't for us. See, we didn't have a classification. It was just like, damn, this black dude weird. Or he a funny acting black. He a different black. No, we got a classification for you niggas now, and we call y'all tethers. Not you per se, but tethers for the immigrant class that want to do this sabotaging of the movement.
Yeah, and plus you got some zoos out here that they put like you see the FBAs, but they don't say FBAs. They say they are the native of the islands. They are the native. They're satisfied. They want to be the Latinos, the Arawak people. So we got that in our community as well too. They just not on YouTube.
Hey, I got a quick question.
Hey, you black as hell or you light skinned?
So I'm brown skinned, bro. I'm from Florida. We ain't light skinned.
Like, what? Are you Haitian black or you like
I'm Zozo.
American?
I'm Haitian American.
Oh, so you have.
Yeah, I'm born here, but my folks from Haiti.
Hey, Bap.
Hold on. You got your mama. Which one of your parents from America?
Both of them from Haiti. I'm born here though.
Oh, both your parents from Haiti?
Yeah.
Oh, so you still a Haitian though?
Yeah.
You're not a Haitian American.
Born American.
That's called anchoring here. Now, no offense, but that's called birthright citizenship. But yeah, you a United States citizen, but not American though. You can't be an American because American applies to only a certain group of people. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you mix with that certain group of people. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I was born in Haiti, I wouldn't be a Haitian American Haitian. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
So you can't be American, but you can you was born here, but you Haitian though, fam.
Yeah, I'm just born here, but these old.
I'm gonna create American zoos. See, only American could create American zoos. See, I might create the American zoos so we can be in unison.
Yeah,
how you feel about Big Bap possibly creating the American Zoo movement?
It's hard. It's like even from Florida, they've been American. It's like you got zoos that's born Americans. They call Haitian American because they're born in America, but they really just Haitian.
No, are there any zoos that's actually American blood, not just born in America like you, but actually from American people?
Nah.
See, so there ain't no such thing as American zoos. There's zoos living in America, but there's no American zoos. So how would you feel like if I was to create American zoo movement and gang and organization to link in to be cool with y'all so we can all be, in unison? Or just maybe we don't want to be in unison. Maybe we gonna be beefing. But how would you feel about American zoo movement?
We got that already in Florida.
Is so there's people that's of the American stock that's those?
Yeah.
They not Haitian at all?
They African. They are FBAs, but they just cool.
I can't hear you guys speaking at my game. My bad.
They're not Haitians, but they cool with some Haitians, so they're like they're affiliated. Like that's a GMA.
Yeah, they're affiliated, but they really not Zoe if they not Haitian though.
But they date American girl. They date
Haitian girls. Yeah, I know, but that's not they still not considered a Zoe unless you have Haitian blood though. We know you know that, right?
Yeah, blood. It's really
like I got people in Opalaka. You know where that is?
I already know. I'm from Miami, Florida. I know the law.
Okay, you know where where Liberty City is, right?
Liberty City, yeah, Central area.
Okay, so listen, I got family there. I'm very acquainted with Haitian. I don't know if you know this though, but I am. Okay, so I know that there is no American zoos. There's no American zoo movements. There's American affiliates, but you can't be considered a zoo without Haitian blood. And what I'm saying is, what if we create American zoo movement where you can only be American zoo if you got American blood? How would y'all feel about that? Is what I'm saying.
You can't really do that.
Why? You see, and I'm gonna show you the double standards in this conversation. I knew you was gonna say that. I wish you would have said something else, but I knew you was gonna say that. Go ahead.
I see. I know the movement. You know what I mean? I salute you.
But what I'm saying is, you see how you want to kind of attach yourself to American without no repercussion and pushback, but we can't attach ourselves to Zoe in this case.
But you
You
could.
see what I'm
It's like
saying?
you
Because it's going to be alarming
know,
pushback, and this is what we're calling delineating, where we're not allowing other foreigners to attach themselves to us no more,
he
not
probably,
under the banner of black, not under the banner of Negro, or nor under the banner of American. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be affiliates. You understand?
but we got to. We let me rephrase it then. We do got some brother. You can be African. You can be an FBA, but we are fitted. Like you can be. It like saying like this. You can be FBA, but you Zoe. You feel me? Cause we tied in. We logged in with each other. You feel me? Aside from another person, if you
Now
get
I know y'all definitely really cool with the Black Americans, but I just want to drive home the point: a Black American, no matter how cool, how associated, how affiliated, how many, no matter how many Haitian wives he may have, kids he may have with him, he can never be considered a Zoe. That's my point.
you can never be considered, but you logged in. Like you still Zoe. You
Yeah,
just
but you want to consider yourself an American, no matter how long you've been here, you was born here, you associate with Americans, but you can never be an American. And that's my point. That was my whole point. You see
American.
what I'm saying?
I'm at the end of the day, I'm Haitian. I can never be American. Cause I'm a little bit of Haitian. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I just feel like sometimes the immigrant class uses a lot of the Black American templates and things that we have put in order unadulterated and without no pushback, without no turmoil. And when we use something of, let's just say, Islander stock, we get tremendous backlash. For instance, Michael B. Jordan, I bring this up all the time, he created that liquor that was from a Trinidadian name to it. Forget the name of it. The Trinidadians was all up in an uproar. Nicki Minaj was even going at it. And it's to the point where he changed the name because these tethers got mad, but these immigrants got mad about them using something and making money off of their name. When immigrants come here and make money off of the Black Americans, not only their name, their culture, and everything that they have built. And I believe that's the part about delineating from so-called non-Americans from the actual Americans,
Yeah, I
Aboriginal.
feel you.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I don't think I'm against
No,
you.
I know you with us. I know you with us. I know you with us for sure. I know
feel
you
you with that.
understand.
I'm exactly that part is like it's like okay, let me give you an example, right? Michelle Obama and Steph Curry make a drink off a Haitian name, right? It was like couple months back. A lot of those was in the comments saying, "Man, they gonna go on at Steph and Obama say they trying to take Haitian culture and just run with it." But then you do have some Haitians saying like, "Hey, salute Obama, salute Curry." 'Cause they push an envelope. So it's like a divide, and us Haitians gotta fix that shit up because them will be tripping. Like I rather let Obama and Curry do it than let a white boy do it. You can't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that attaching yourself to the American culture and the endeavors was an old thing of the past. The delineation is going to be a permanent thing. It's going to be a forward, ongoing process to ensure the infrastructure of Black American stability, innovations, and inventions. This has been our whole stride effort as Aboriginal Americans, as so-called Black people. You know what I'm saying? Or what we call FBA in this case. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to them, to the family, because FBA are the Aboriginal people in this land. We're not African. Because if you FBA and you claim African, that means you're one of the first tethers here, or you're one of the first immigrants here. You see what I'm saying? Or you one of the first non-American people here. You see what I'm saying? So you can't be foundational without being the Aboriginal people of this land. We know the Aboriginal people here were Negroes.
Put me up in the comment section though, but I still
Yeah, they do be in the comments, especially on Instagram, TikTok,
kill them in YouTube
Twitter.
comment section, but in the live chat. But I do salute the FBA, salute the elbows. I salute everybody.
Yeah, when you ask the FBA brother, which I call them Aboriginals, when you ask them, they're gonna break down their whole lineage. They're gonna talk about what their grandmama, the Indian, the Aboriginal tribe they connected to, what land they from, who was their grandmama, where they was buried, what she did, who she was married to, and all that. We be knowing our lineage. We don't have a real identity crisis. That's the illusion that they try to create for us based off of these other people being around us. We don't have an identity crisis. We know more about who we are than any other people on the planet.
So why they get mad when we say we that and be like, no, you not, you this?
My genealogy too, but I want to go so back. I can go far back at 1850.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe Haitians can. And I'm not here to take away anything from my Haitian brothers, because shout out to them. There's some riders out there.
Yeah, we salute you, man. We just keep doing
really, that's really diddy bopping with the movement. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're gonna understand who we are as Aboriginal indigenous peoples, as the foundational people of America. You see what I'm saying? And we got a lot of stuff to do because we've been confused based off of ideologies, thinking that all skin folk are kinfolk, with this Pan-African diaspora that has led us down an empty pathway of unsuccess. It became an impractical ideology for us to even be practicing in. And this what led to us accepting a lot of these Black Haitians, Black Jamaicans, Black Africans, and other people from that's out of America. No, they're not hating on you in the chat, Zoe. We do. I want to make this clear. Zoe with us. Zoe is cool. Zoe is a rider, and I fuck with Zoe, just like I fuck with Juan Torres as a Puerto Rican. You see what I'm saying? Who's down with the cause, who rock with our brothers and stuff. So now, don't disrespect my brother Zoe up here. He with us, y'all. Don't do that.
They should come to Miami and just chrome through little Haiti, most Miami. Man, Zoe, we rocking.
But now listen though, Zoe, you got to know Black American culture is the roasting. Just because they joking and making jokes, they not hating. It's just part of our culture, bro. Like we roast. Everybody get roasted, fam. So
you from Florida?
You've been in America long enough. You know it's a roasting session coming soon. You feel what I'm saying? Anywhere near you at any given time.
Yeah, you already know. You say from the law, so you know I already know. So this ain't nothing. I double stuff in real life. So this ain't. They can't put me on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know what it is.
Well, man, listen, this is going to conclude today's live stream. I am going to cook up something later on. I'm going to be dealing with immigrants using the N-word with no ramifications behind it. And can the Aboriginal / FBA peoples cancel and stop people from using these particular terms? You feel what I'm saying? We're going to be going in Mexican OT. We're going to get into the history of this whole N-word usage. We're going to break this shit down, gang. We're going to break this shit all the way down, gang. I need y'all to load up and buckle up with me today. Shout out to the family in the building. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power. Y'all already know the vibes. If you haven't supported the channel, Cash App information is going to be put in the chat real quick by some of the moderators. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. I don't think nobody hating on Zoe. Hey, Black Bravo Delta, good to see you in here. This is probably your first time coming in here, maybe your second, I don't know, but it's always good to see you. Make sure y'all have a blissful day. Y'all know my slogan, turn me up. Y'all be safe, be aware, stay vigilant, and stay dangerous. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, and we out. Peace.